Breath of Fire 4. That's what we're doing today. We're going to beat this game. I think we're about halfway through based off a guide that I looked at. This is all a lie. I haven't looked up anything, but we could really quick. Breath of Fire 4 walkthrough. Sometimes it is nice to check an old IGN post or something to see if there's, sometimes IGN will buy, I think they buy, a walkthrough for games. And you could just take, I don't want to know how to beat the game. How long to beat, guides. Do you have any guides? No guides. Okay. Because sometimes it's nice if you just find, no, not IGN, sorry. To kind of get a walkthrough. You know what? I used to look at game facts all the time, and I would always go by which one had the biggest file size. If you had the biggest file size, I would use yours over anybody's. Running away, apparently that's possible. Fishing, never gonna happen. Fairy village, not gonna happen. Enemy skills, where's the fucking story? Am I looking up guide? Or should I look through? I'm looking through walkthrough. Walkthrough 4. Oh, they don't, the whole reason I want this. Also, I don't know, I don't like this one so far. Because they didn't put there's 32 matches for the number 4. You're supposed to do something like 11-A like you did for the other ones. So we're at chapter 1. Yeah, the formatting of this I do not like. It's not, I guess it's not important. I can look it up later. We're not going to beat it today. Please give me an excellent guide for the mechanics. No. All right, let's play. Controllers on. Let's beef it up. I just wanted to get an idea how far we are through. A lot of times, if you look at games, at least more popular ones, you could just go to IGN, which I don't love IGN for some things, but some things I do. Specifically this reason. But if you go and you get, it'll just be I don't know. I could use Final Fantasy VII as an example. It'll be oh, you're at this area and you have these 6 zones left. It's all right, cool. I think we are saving on the first save slot now. I do like the presentation of these saves, but the negative thing about this is that I've seen every face, I think, on this besides maybe this one. And it makes me feel like there aren't that many characters in the game. It makes the game feel smaller to me. Does that make sense? It makes the game feel smaller because a couple hours in, I had already seen pretty much all of these faces. And they're not big, impactful story characters. I don't know where I'm going. We went to Windia. We're gonna go find the Wind Dragon. He's up in the hills. Cascaswoods. Oh, I don't have my chat pulled up. 1 second. Look at probably we don't have to worry about too many people chatting in general, but still. Oh, and I worry about it. Oh boy, do I worry about it. But we'll have something pulled up. And then after this game, we're probably gonna play maybe PoE 2, maybe Classic WoW while waiting for Starbites, and then we'll play PoE 2 when that comes out. That's my goal. Does he use Last Resort when he's dying? This boar uses Last Resort in combat. Alright, well everyone just guard then, huh? We'll see if we can grab it. Hey, what's up, El? No one learned it, huh? No one learned it. Well, he probably won't use it twice in a row. Oh my god, we have to take him off of that. I don't want to see that cutscene every time. It is really cool to have a character with a shield that like dynamically you hit them and then their shield breaks. BoE2 gameplay would be cool to see. We're definitely playing it for 050. There's no doubt about that. Because frankly, I want to play a lot and I don't have time to play it if I'm not playing during stream. Wow, that did 1600 damage. Last Resort must like lower your defense or something. It must like make you take a ton of damage but deal like more damage. Probably, it sounds like shit, but a lot of times things that make you deal more damage are good, but that was a lot of damage. Cray is still alive, I see. Well, we haven't really played that much more. He might be dying soon. I'm honestly, I don't think he's gonna die anymore. Maybe you can't learn Last Resort. I thought the blue ones are the ones you can. But you know how these Bilboas go. There we go. We can learn it. After he got taken and he didn't get executed and we got him back, it now seems less likely that he will die. I will admit. Converts defense to power. I mean, we could try that. It seems like we gotta get. I don't want to have to watch that every random encounter, you know. Good hit, boy. Just smack him. Nice. We won a great victory. That wasn't your normal victory. That was a great victory. All right, let's go ahead and we'll start using. Well, when you heal outside of combat, it is still finite, you know. Healing is pretty expensive in this game. If you go for a long period, you're definitely going to want to do some items. What the fuck is this? Mm-hmm. Ain't never going to happen. I'm not fishing. Why did they make fishing such a big part of this game? Is that a Breath of Fire thing? Do all the Breath of Fires make you care about fishing? Oh, no, don't do that. Just attack. So they take about double damage after they take Last Resort, but that must just be how they're. I don't know how much defense they had. There's too much of the damage formula to like try to understand it perfectly. I hate fighting these guys. These guys, they may look like pigs, but they're hogs. They're animation hogs. They just sit here and have a minute and a half. Fishing is a thing in Breath of Fire, always? Okay. It's a thing in a lot of RPGs, but it must, like, it's so prevalent here. And there's so many fishing spots everywhere. It feels like it's definitely, like, a bigger thing in this game. Can you hit the guy that's not in the back, bro? There you go. Look at that. Still 29 damage. We might need to give the dog better defense. Pop, pop. Gotta level up, baby. 6 willpower. 6 wisdom. We're getting ready to surpass our other thing. What do you have equipped? So you've got 69 defense. Nice. You're the lowest. You can take the face guard. You did take a lot of damage. Oh, Ryu also. Maybe we should buy some new armor. You guys thinking we should buy some new armor? I'm starting to think we might want to buy some new armor. I mean, obviously, the robot thing gets a lot more. Careful, SpongeBob. Oh, wait a second. I had a feeling it would let me do that. That feels like a tutorial. Which is a good. So that impressed me right there. assuming that we're about to do something that involves doing that more, that's very nice, because that was a great way to, that was a great teaching moment, I'll just say. He doesn't learn any new skills. He probably does, but it's probably like, he probably just learns more dragon forms. It'd be a shame if you never played Breath of Fire 3. It's not as polished as 4, but there's reasons people consider it the FF7 of the series. Well, the reason I'm playing this one is because this one was supposed to be the FF7 of the series. I was looking up, like, what's the best Breath of Fire? What's the best Breath of Fire? Everyone said Breath of Fire 4. Like, on the sites and the discords and stuff. And now that I'm playing Breath of Fire 4, people are like, bro, you gotta play Breath of Fire 3. So I'm like, what the heck? What does this world want from me? What do we want from me? That is a lot of healing. Wake me up when it's over. You got a blunt? Bro, Cray's getting fucking weed. Can you reach that? Are you able to reach that? Let's find out. No. Nah, it's 3. I'm just saying, people change their minds. Is 3 have as annoying of a camera? Is 3's camera the same? I gotta know. If the camera's better, that alone might make me more interested. Wisdom minus 20%. Talk about debilitating. I wonder how if your defense works for magic. I would assume not. Three has a better camera. I'm definitely not playing 3 anytime soon, but I will consider it. It's a game that I feel like I wouldn't stream, that I would just play on my own, because I'm trying, once I start a game on stream, I'm trying to do a better job about finishing it. In general. And I don't feel like, I don't want to risk, like, starting the game and then not liking it. I mean, I did just not play Vagrant Story, but I feel like that was a test. That wasn't like 3 episodes in, then I'm like, nah. Got a magic shard. Should I just give all those things to Ryu? Boom. So Last Resort works better on a character with high defense, huh? Like, it might be an Urshin thing. Enshin? Urshin? I can't remember. Because they have like 100+ defense, right? And that's a lot of bonus power. It might mean you die, but if you have a really, really high HP pool, it also wouldn't matter necessarily. Good hit. 970. You missed one. What about that 25% accuracy? Oh. We had something equipped on you that gave you extra accuracy, so you don't miss as much. We might want to re-equip that. 54 HP, 7 defense, 6 power, only 1 wisdom. Oh no. Oh no. I do remember now, the dog having, 25% to your chance to hit, which I think is important. And we could, I think we're going to give you last defense. You also have the highest power. Well, to be fair, this sword's considered not very good, but it hits twice. Urshin feels legit. Although the dog is still doing more damage. $50 HP, let's go. Been collecting those. Oh, plus AP. I don't know about that, but +1 to wisdom. Boom, look at this. There you go. I don't know if agility is even good. Is that the only buffs we have? Max HP? It's only 10? That's not, I don't even feel like that's worth using. Lasts until next rest. That's interesting. I guess you can just never rest. Unless it counts, I guess it might count the camp. It was only wisdom. Who cares about wisdom, bro? Did you trick me? It looked like a hidden little thing. Turns out it was a hidden little thing that also just led to nothing. I will say, the dragon transformation mechanic is not very fun. Not because it's not cool. It is cool. But the issue with it is that you have to take the first turn. Like, during bosses, it's super legit. But every random encounter, you want me to take my first turn off to transform into a dragon, or he doesn't have access to any magic. I guess you can put the skills on, but it doesn't feel well incorporated, I guess. To be fair, it doesn't in Legend of Dragoon, I suppose, either. In fact, Legend of Dragoon might have a much worse combat system if I was objective about it. It's kind of hard for me to say. You should try out Dragon Quarter. Dragon Quarter, I haven't even heard of that. Is that a Breath of Fire game? Is that number 4? That's fine. I'm sure we're fine. We didn't do anything with those logs, but there might have been something else. Like we definitely skipped some areas back there. So the logs might have been an optional thing, but double miss, that's gotta be unlikely. Animation hogs are here. Breath of Fire's dragon system is also better. Why'd they mess up number 4? Hey-ya! So there's always, I mean, Breath of Fire, dragons, I guess that makes sense. There's always a dragon system in Breath of Fire, huh? I actually don't dislike the dragon system in this. I just, having, in a random encounter, having to take your first turn off to transform feels like really expensive AP-wise. Okay. If you seek the Oracle of Wind, you shall find them here. All right. Give me that chest. Give me that, old lady. Give me your chest. No, you can't have me. No, not you. Not your chest. The chest over there. Oh, take it. I hear the voice of the dragon. Pung. Pyong. Maybe it's Pyong. Ryong, as it is carried on the wind. Pyong Ryong. Pung Ryong. You have a magnificent dragon's eye. Although it is rare to see someone with only one. You mean Ryu is a dragon? Not all those who have the dragon's eye are dragons. Still, this one has about him a powerful aura. I feel he is close to Peng Ryong. En passant? Once, a long time ago, En passant told me of a dragon that appears only once in hundreds of years. A dragon called the Yore, the Yaoi dragon. The big thing with Breath of Fire 4 is that you have 2 vantage points like FF8. Yeah, but how much more... First of all, FF8 is one of my favorite games of all time. But how much cooler and more likable is Laguna and his boys, which are, I feel like the basis of all of Final Fantasy 15 is based off Laguna. It kind of, like, just that idea of being with the boys kind of vibe. The dragon of the future. But it's like, this guy, Fo Lo or whatever, I've been critical. If there's anything in the game that I want to be critical of, it's that perspective over there. FF8 is one of the greatest games ever made. Everything about FF8, in my opinion, kicks the shit out of this game so far. This game is not bad though, but FF8 is like an all-star, one of the greatest games of all time. Fo Lo does this is what's happened. So when you meet Laguna, The very first thing that happens, I'll admit, is well, they run away from the battle, which is a little funny, and then he has his scene at the bar with the lady, and then, you know, it's like, it's funny, it's entertaining, and then you're also kind of messing around with Squall in his head. Then you go through and you're you know, this whole base with Estar and the crystal mines, and then you end up in this village in the future, not in the future, well, I guess, sorry, in the past, but you end up a little bit in his future, in this village, you know, with like the love of his life, and then wars tearing this place apart. You have like all these interesting stories and developments. In Foul Low, he woke up, he walked down some steps, he got the shit kicked out of him by a dragon guy. Then he wakes up injured in a woodman's hut. He walks down some steps, he gets a shit kicked out of him by the same guy. Then he wakes up and he's on a woman's bed, and that's all we've seen so far. He's yet to do anything. He's just gotten his ass kicked 2 or 3 separate times. He just keeps waking up after being injured, doing nothing. And the whole time he's talking like, death iseth forth thou, iseth thine mine. Bro, he fucking sucks. At least novel, how many games you play is the villain's journey too? Well, right now he hasn't been a villain. He's not a villain so far. He has done nothing. So far he could be the protagonist and we could be the villains. There's nothing that, to me, there's nothing that even implies he's the villain yet, other than the fact that he's strong. And yet he's still losing. The dragon will have a great effect upon the world and those living in it. Those he will bring you great joy. Oh, terrible destruction. The only reason I think that guy's the villain is because RPG brained, like, it would make sense. He's kind of presented as a villain only because he's ominous, not because he's done anything, you know? But it's like he comes out of a tomb, like resurrected as the first emperor or whatever. That's like, okay, that seems bad guy coded. They must want the Yowie dragon's power for themselves. I have told you all I know. The rest is, you must ask Peng Ryong yourselves. Below Castle Windia? The wind flute? Okay, so we gotta go back and get a flute. In Final Fantasy VIII, you know what I'd be able to do? I'd be able to challenge her to a card game. If there was a nuclear missile coming down from heaven to kill us, I would still be able to challenge her to a card game. Yep, Wind Castle, Wind Flute, Tower of Wind. I mean, you know what's so funny? Today, I'm restarting my playthrough. I'm going to start a new playthrough of Final Fantasy VIII. I've been thinking about it for like the last week, about playing, because I never played Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. And I would really like to play Final Fantasy VIII. Especially because the last time I played Final Fantasy VIII, I played it all at like minimum level. Like I beat the game, not quite minimum level, but like I beat the game at like level 10 or 11. Because I never like got experience at all, which makes the game easier. So I want to do the opposite, and I want to like purposely grind experience for levels to make my characters, to make the game harder in general, you know. It sounds like a lot of fun. But I thought also it'd be fun to have a character that actually uses magic instead of just junctioning it for physical attacks. Isn't this lady we just spoke to? Maybe not. Help me. Burn him. Where's our dog? Oh, fuck. I realized I wasn't paying attention there. What happened? They made Triple Triad a licensed game in Japan, but it never left Japan. But yeah, I'm curious about what you think about Final Fantasy VIII compared to this game. Why you think this game could compare to one of the greatest RPGs ever made, in my opinion, even though I'm biased. But also, can you please tell me what happened to the dog? I realized I was in a tangent. A lot of games I play now will have voice acting, And so sometimes when I'm on stream, I forget that I actually have to not go through dialogue. So I was just being an idiot there, I'll be honest. And I don't know where our dog went. Okay, it is. It just perspective shift. The camera switched. Oh, that's probably that fishing spot. Okay. No, but where's our dog, bro? I want that dog back. Did the fairy fuck take him? I'll visit you really quick. If nothing interesting has happened after that whole section, you better be prepared that I will never do enough random encounters on purpose. The bench is new. Maybe you guys have a new fairy now. Been too long? Shit. Oh, they have these bars filling up. Well, I guess they got 3 food. Oh, look at this. Okay. I think they said you want 1/3 on food. How do I get out? Do you help me get out? Wait, I forgot how to get out. Oh, wait, this is the wrong corner. Or perspective shift. We go this way. Okay. You always suck to you? Yeah, I'm not a fan of it either. Where's our buddy, man? He's my main character. All right, well, let's just go back to the Wind Castle, look for the flute. I wonder if there's, like, some good items at the end of it, though. Like, if we build the village, do we get some good shops? The only thing well, one, because you don't have to put that much effort into it, it just kind of happens, right? It might be okay. How do we go below this village, huh? That scared me. I've sort of seen that kid before. I don't remember what she wants, but I know that she's, I don't know. Oh, maybe we could take this down. I mean, we didn't. Maybe we have to go talk to our dad. You get good stuff, but it's not worth it. I was pretty negative on it last time, but we might be able to just realistically talk a little bit. Like, just do some battles, go back and, like, hit A couple times, and then see what's up. I need the wind flute. Dad, I need your flesh flute. What? Wind flute, sorry. What do you mean? We told you we needed to talk to the wind dragon, and now you know you need the wind flute to talk to the wind dragon? And who would have thought the wind dragons in the wind tower, they need the wind flute? Who would have fucking thought that? Well, how do I get it, though? Beneath the castle. Okay, well, I guess we'll go down these stairs. Would you help? Would you mind telling me how to get beneath the fucking castle, bro? I don't know if you know this, but I'm not a fucking pro. Never mind, I'm good. Let's let this guy go. Alright, let's try the other side. Breath of Fire 2, ironically, is a better system for the village, and they went backwards, I guess. Breath of Fire 5 is such an annoying fairy village, too. So they always... Fairy village is a pretty common thing, too, huh? Breath of Fire 2 is more like Suikoden. Bro, you gotta fucking play Chained Echoes. Chained Echoes ruined so many RPGs for me. Chained Echoes ruined so many RPGs for me, bro, because it's that fucking good. It has the whole Suikoden town system as well. But you don't even... The thing is, it's a little bit cooler when you don't know what's going to happen versus when you do. So maybe these guys will let us go beneath the castle. That's up. It's an 8 out of 10. I think Chained Echoes is maybe in the top 3. Like, it's definitely a top 5. All right, I'll say it's definitely a top 10 RPG of all time. I think it's probably even higher than this. How do I get beneath the castle, bro? Maybe I just leave the town. Maybe there isn't a... Maybe there's not a thing. Maybe it's... Oh, it's here somewhere. Thanks for fucking telling me, game. Over... You prefer the infinite dungeon of Dragon Quarter over the game itself? That's interesting. So they have an infinite dungeon, so it has like a roguelike. Isn't the game a roguelike mode? Basically. Will you take me down? Okay, so the lift doesn't take me down. They said I have to go beneath the castle. I went as far down as I could. You're literally playing through Chained Echoes right now. I don't care about spoilers. Oh, I'm not going to spoil anything. The story in that game is too good to spoil. I mean, when I say it's too good to spoil, I mean I could spoil it, but I mean, you could talk about how good the game is without ever talking about the story. I think it's one of the greatest games ever made by far. All right, I must have missed something. It's not that guy. Okay, motherfucker. This windmill the other windmill goes down. Why not just say, go to the windmill over there? You can't spoil things out of context? Oh, I absolutely could. But, not everything, but I could spoil some things for sure. Huh. There's got to be encounters down here, right? Yeah. But still, it's mostly about it's not even about the combat, but I will say it's got fucking phenomenal combat in my opinion. It's got really, really good combat, good leveling, but really it's story and world and the systems. The fact that it takes the best part of so many games, that's how you can tell it's an indie game, because it takes the best parts of Suikoden 2. What's the best part of Suikoden and Eiyuden Chronicles? It's building the town. So it has your castle that levels up as you collect people that get quality of, as you collect them, some of them, they'll be like quality of life things. You'll get shops in your castle. You'll do all the Suikoden fun stuff, while at the same time, they also have the Final Fantasy 12 style hunt system. It's not as in-depth as Final Fantasy 12, I'll admit. How do I switch parties? I thought it was start. Can I not change? I don't know. It wasn't letting me change patterns. My main complaint is that it isn't deep enough for building your characters. I disagree. I mean, the answer is yes and no. You do have to make choices, but characters have defined jobs. I think in this game, well, I don't know. I don't want to compare it to this game. I think it has more choices than this game does, even with the master system being, the masters have done fuck all so far. But let's compare it to other stuff. It's like, there's a lot of games where your characters don't have that many choices. They get developed, but they have assigned jobs, you know? They're not just, it's not all Final Fantasy Tactics. Interesting. You wanted to explore more of the world? I felt like you saw a ton of the world. Especially, you know, you get to fly around later and see all the stuff. I feel like there's just a lot. I mean, honestly, yeah, I would like the game to be bigger. I mean, he did release a DLC with a whole other section of the world. The Master System did more in Breath of Fire 2 and 3. I hope so. Do you think this will blow me out? It won't let me. Do these characters not have effects right now? This is interesting because normally the start button lets me do this. It might be. Okay, I could do it. I don't know why it won't let me switch characters. You saw one island? You saw so much of the world, the amount of locations, and the reason you only see like one part, like, okay, there's a lot of locations. Of course, you don't explore the entire world because the game takes place in the world that it's in, you know? All right. That was an interesting way it turns. But like the point is they leave it open for sequels and stuff. I understand, bro. So like there's more of the world and more kingdoms to explore. I think there's a chest here, but okay, note to future game devs. This is something old games did that I don't feel like new games do as much. Puzzle rooms. Rooms, yeah, certain rooms, like this kind of room, I don't think should have random encounters in it. I think it's bad. It's definitely a continent. You don't just explore one island in Chained Echoes. You go to multiple different kingdoms. Right, I mean... Let's take a look. Bruh, just go. Just go. Right? Like, this does not feel like, oh, this is an island to me, you know? There might be spoilers here. Sorry. But like there's towns all over. You go to different towns. You got the big kingdom over here, another kingdom over here. This is not like just one tiny island. I mean, sure, maybe you could say that maybe technically in the context of the world, but to say like this is just an island, even if it's like, yeah, maybe in the world it's too small to be considered a continent, sure. Maybe, but like we as video gamers, we could see that it's a big world. With a lot of locations. When you go to an island in like a video game, it's like there's like one point of interest. Yeah, I guess if it's like Japan. Japan's a country. Japan's big. It's not as big as the United States. I've just never heard anyone complain about a Pokemon game because you only get to visit Kanto or whatever, you know? It's like, oh, like, yeah, give them time. The story is contained within this area. The DLC, I think, does take you to a different place, but I don't remember exactly. I think it is a totally different location. Ironically, it's probably a smaller location. But there's a lot of story left. We got the wind flute. You guys kept it safe. We even played it when we picked it up, make sure it still works. All right, take me to the wind tower. I'm not trying to move against the wind. I'm trying to get out. I'm using the wind to my advantage. A lot of zombies down here for our kingdom, you know? Feels a little evil, doesn't it? Oh my god. This gear system. You know a game that you never played and likely never would if I didn't mention it, but I think it's 100% better than Chained? What game? There's a one I don't agree. Already off the premise. I think Chained is literally a 10 out of 10 game. I think Chained Echoes, this is how much I like Chained Echoes. I think Chained Echoes mogs Expedition 33, and it's not even close. And I think Expedition 33 is a really good game. Now, when it comes to saying like Chained Echoes mogs Final Fantasy X, that I'm not as confident about saying. But Chained Echoes, I actually was going to record tonight or tomorrow a top 10 JRPG list for myself. And like, just, here's my top 10 JRPGs. Might even be my top 10 video games list, honestly, because they'll all be JRPGs anyway, probably. Unless, I get Elden Ring, so probably not. But it would be, Chained Echoes is definitely on there, I'd already decided. Hard disagree? I think, well, hard disagree about what? That Chained Echoes is better than Expedition 33, or that Expedition 33 is good? I think Expedition 33 is good, but I don't think Expedition 33 is 10 out of 10. But I do think it's good. But it starts with a W. What a memorable world it must be. No, I'm just teasing. Well, if you think of the name, let me know. I could ask ChatGPT JRPGs that start with W. E33 is better than Chained Echoes. Not even, I don't even think it's close, bro. I don't even think Chained Echoes is like, Chained Echoes wasn't even in my top 5 JRPGs. Sorry, Chained Echoes was my 5th, I think, favorite JRPG in the year it came out. Wandering Sword. Oh, is that the Japanese one on Steam? It's a game I've definitely been considered playing, but the translation was really rough at first. I could start that instead of my Final Fantasy VIII playthrough. It should be easy enough to capture him. The dog guy's not betraying us. He actually is just doing what he said. The Chinese one? Yeah. Sorry, Japanese, Chinese. I know that they're significantly different, but when I look at the language inspirations, it's not always readily apparent to me. The translation still sucks. Okay. You wish you didn't dislike FF8 so much. Final Fantasy VIII is in my... That's probably also my top 10 list. Expedition 33 would not make it into my top 10 list. Like, I think Expedition 33 is very good. I think it's even, for me, it's probably great. It's probably great. But it's not one of the greats for me. Like, even in the year it came out, roughly in like the 365 days, kind of like in the, you know, maybe they didn't come out in 2025 or whenever. But like around the area, like I like Yakuza Infinite Wealth more. I liked Metaphor ReFantazio more. I liked Unicorn Overlord more myself. That one's closer. Unicorn Overlord and Expedition 33 are closer. But like, I played Chained Echoes, I think, around that time. Chained Echoes I definitely liked more. I think Chained Echoes had a better story. honestly. I don't even, and for me, it's like Expedition 33 has, I think Expedition 33 is one of the greats, if not the greatest RPG of all time. In the context of performances, there's probably never been an RPG with as high quality acting, high quality like artistic scenes. You know, it's like, it's kind of like what The Last of Us did for like the shooting genre. It's like that level, so far above what everyone else is doing in a presentation. It looks good, it sounds good, the actors are incredible, the voice acting, you know, and the facial expressions in the scenes and the pacing is all like 10 out of 10. My issues are with the story, the combat, and that's pretty much it. You have it up there with Chrono Trigger. I think the story's not very good. And when I say I think the story's not very good, don't mistake that as I think the storytelling is bad. Again, I think it's a 10 out of 10 presentation, but I think the plot is kind of weak. I don't think the plot is interesting or good, and I think it has plot holes in it, and the characters do a lot of things that are very dumb when you have the context of the ending. Instead of when you beat a game and you could look back and say, oh, this stuff all makes sense now, that's more exciting. I feel like this is the opposite, where I get to the end and I'm like, oh, all this shit is stupid. Like this shit makes less sense now. Where the things make less sense in context rather than more sense. And I also think the combat is mid. I think the combat is mid at best in the game, honestly. Which that might sound aggressive, but I think having dodge parry mechanics in your turn-based RPG is fine, and I think it's very fun to play Expedition, but I do not want other games to be inspired by it, even though they will. I prefer full turn-based. It becomes tired to call it good. I mean, I think it's great. I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's great. Like the way I say it's like, I think it's like a 7 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10. It's a pioneer in the RPG space. Yeah, of course, because it has the best presentation of any RPG ever made, probably. So I don't like the ending of Expedition 33 specifically because it was so not novel to me. It's literally the exact same as, like, we've all played it here, all right? So I don't feel like I can spoil it to a few here. But the ending of the Expedition 33, the big twist of it is just Star Ocean 3, which I had played years and years and years and years ago, and there's a slight difference, but it's almost identical. In Star Ocean 3, you find out like 90% of the way into the game or whatever. Maybe it's not that far. Maybe it's 80%, 60%. I don't remember exactly how far it is. The point is, you find out that your guys are all computer programs. They're not real. You just find out it's like, oh, these are all characters that are just computer programs. In Expedition 33, they're painted with magic. In Star Ocean 3, they're created with whatever, a programming language or something, right? But the idea is the same, is that your characters aren't humans. They are comparable. I think Star Ocean 3 does have a worse story in most ways, but I think the plot device is the same. I didn't like it in Star Ocean. I agree. I didn't like it in Star Ocean 3. I thought when I found out in Star Ocean 3 that the characters were computer programs, I remember being like 8, 9, 10 years old, whatever I was, thinking I was like, that's fucking stupid. My friend was like, that's so cool. Bro, they're like, we're not even like real. I'm like, yeah, but that's stupid. I think I lack empathy as well, though. Because I truly like did not like it in Expedition 33 either. FF10 did this too. I think FF10 does it in a much better way, because FF10 isn't, in my opinion, I totally understand the comparison, and I think it is fair in some context, but FF10 is, your characters are real and bleed in the real world. I will say Star Ocean, maybe they do that as well, but it feels like in Final Fantasy X, like the characters actually live in a physical location and can reproduce, and they have kids. They, you know, they're all they're only the reason they're basically humans created by magic. That's true. And in Expedition 33, you could say that. But I feel like Final Fantasy X, they're much more real. And it's only one character, right? It's not the whole world. The world is still real. Final Fantasy X and Expedition 33 are exactly the same. I don't think so. In the time with the wind to move to another platform. Okay. Nice. I guess it depends what you want. They're the same in some ways. And how real or not the NPCs are. I don't think so. Because the NPCs in Expedition 33 can't exist outside the painting. I guess there is Verso specifically has a little bit of Verso's actual soul in him, so Verso might be like half a person or something, because he kind of goes into like that world in between the worlds. But they're not able to exist in the real world, where like Titus and Jecht not only exist in the real world, they're a part of it, right? Like Titus could reproduce with Yuna and they could have a human child, probably. I guess we don't know, but that's definitely the vibe they get, where they seem to be human in all context. Yeah, I feel like it's closer to Verso being Titus. Can you make that? Oh, I didn't expect that. Well, that's actually cool. I like that. That was entertaining. While they are products of the canvas, you have to remember that the canvas requires an actual soul to power it. Sure. But we already know that, like... Oh. Why can't you reach this one? Oh, there's a door here. That could be important. Within the context of the game world, souls are real. Yeah, no, that's true. Souls are real. I didn't want to do that. Yes, I did. This is a different one than the one we were on. What happens if we do it again? Nice. Thank God she has wings. Yeah, the canvas requires a soul to work, I guess. I will say, like, I don't think the twist necessarily doesn't make sense. I just don't like it. Also, I don't think, like, the characters are humans. You know, so when their world gets erased, I think that's objectively the right thing to do. And I know that the writers disagree with me. The creators of the world disagree with me even, that there is no objective right or wrong answer. I disagree. I think it's objectively right to erase the world. They're not real people. In my opinion, they're not at all real people. Regardless, and Verso is just parodying what the last sliver of Verso's soul is yearning to stop painting and die. Hi, Purple. Greeting from Germany. Have a good day in stream. You know what? Thank you for stopping by. Maybe Verso specifically is, like, you could argue is kind of a person. Sorry, we don't want fire. We want wind. But I do not consider any of the other ones people at all. And if they were people, it would be 1/100th of a person, because they all share the same fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a soul. What's the name of the movie with the big white dog the MC flew in on? Oh, Drake's Stronger. Boom. But, like, this is only one aspect of the game of Expedition 33 that I don't love. I also think the Paintress is an idiot. I think Painted Renoir. The Paintress is just, I think the main issue is that the Paintress does only really stupid things the entire game. It's like is a big deal. And they have her, I cannot believe they have her come back at the very last fight. I think that's so stupid, bro. It's so stupid to have her come back at the last fight just for a cool cinematic moment. They kicked her out of the painting and it took her 30 seconds to get back into the painting again after the painting was hidden. Oh, I've got bad news. My controller disconnected. And now I have to play with, I might have to restart the game. I might have lost that progress there. Okay, I could use this until I get to a save spot. I don't know if I could run or anything. Atreyu, yeah, never-ending story. Where's the fucking dog at, bro? I need him back in my party. Hopefully there's a save spot coming up. Most games this isn't a problem because you just turn on your controller again, but this one, if for some reason, if my controller disconnects, it won't let it reconnect. A dead soul deserves its rest. It'd be cool to make the out of Verso's soulmate. I think, look, I don't consider them people. I think erasing their world is objectively the right choice. And if they are people, it's still probably the right choice, but I just don't think of them as people. I think of them as literally just like advanced AI. I think of them, I think basically, you know, all the characters in the game, besides maybe Verso, is just ChatGPT. Like, they're really convincing, but I mean, ChatGPT is not that convincing, but let's say it's a good version of ChatGPT. Perfect. This is not the door we were just in, was it? It's hard for me to tell, but it wouldn't make any sense. Save state that shit? I can't save state. This is not a emulator. Male's version, yeah. I think like beyond me not considering them people, and I think the twist is really lame, not cool or interesting at all, because I felt like I had seen it before. I also just thought Mael was, in context, very, very childish. I think the Paintress, you know, her mom, was pretty much borderline idiotic in a lot of her actions and decisions. A heroin death, yeah, but she's also like 14 or whatever, right? It's like it's just childish. It doesn't feel like it's just like a kid who's really sad. And it's like, yeah, it's sad to be a kid that's sad, and you should take their problems seriously, but also someone needs to be the adult in the room. And guess who's not the adult in the room? Her fucking mom. Her mom is not the adult in the room. The only person like that does anything good is Renoir. Adult dad Renoir, not painted Renoir, who's a complete idiot and makes no sense. Renoir is actually trying to do something helpful. A little heavy-handed. It's not even, is it even heavy-handed? Like, parents come in and like, it's not outside the realm of what actual parents do. And it's not like, he's like, hey, it's time to get off the internet. And she's like, no, it's time to get off the internet. I said, no, I'm going to unplug the Wi-Fi. All right. Renoir is like, I'm going to unplug the router if you don't get off the internet. And she's like, no, I'm not doing it. But yeah, like, painted Renoir attacking the expeditions, in my opinion, makes no sense. We're gonna wait for this next cycle. Painted Renoir attacking the expeditions, I think, makes pretty much no sense. It looks like there was a halfway house. Halfway house? That's probably not the right word. All right, well, there's no save point, so hopefully we don't lose. But that's what video games are. Yeah, but I don't think if someone deletes the game from my hard drive that I'm killing a bunch of humans, you know. See that winged Gondali over there? We use that to go even higher than we are now. I don't even know how to run on keyboard. Oh, is our dog back? But think about, like, I don't know. For me, it was like, think about the painters. Video games are inherently escapist, but, well, they don't have to be. You can use them for escapism, but you don't have to. You could literally use it for entertainment. Like, I'm not escaping anything right now. I'm not like, I don't have problems that I'm trying to hide. I've used video games to escape, and that may have formed an addiction to video games over my lifetime. But there's a point where now it's like I'm playing for entertainment, not because I'm running from something, like, right? So you could use things that and it's the same thing in the game, right? The canvases aren't inherently evil or bad. They could be used in a good way, or they could be used in a bad way. Using something to escape your problems is not a good way to use something. Now, they could be used as a good way to wind down. Like, there is a difference between running, like, if you have to pay, I don't know. If you have a medical problem and you have a doctor's appointment coming up on Thursday or whatever, but it's Monday, if you're playing video games, you're not escaping the problem. You're just trying to calm yourself down because worrying no longer will help you. You know, so you are trying to escape out of your own mind in that sense. Like, it could mean different things. But it's like you're not avoiding doing what needs to be done in order to you already have what needs to be done. You're going to go visit the doctor for your medical issue. Now you're just anxious about it because you're worried something's going wrong. That can help you calm down. Like, maybe you find out you might find out, oh, in 2 days, do I or do I not have cancer? You know, worrying about it now doesn't help. So yes, using it to escape in that sense can actually be I don't know if it's healthy, but it's definitely a better way than using it to escape from your problems in the first place. Like, I might have cancer, who knows, you know? It makes Expedition 33 that much deeper, IMO. I mean, I don't, like, I'm a low empathy person in general. I didn't feel anything for the characters. When, like, once they found out they weren't real, in my opinion, they're just not real characters. I was like, oh, this is just make-believe. It's just a childish teenager playing make-believe. It doesn't, the family problems don't resonate with me at all. Maybe this is because my parents divorced when I was 3 and I hadn't seen my mom in 20 years at this point. Like, maybe my own family stuff has made me, like, distant to these problems. I can acknowledge that. But when I played it, there wasn't a strong grip for me. I was like, all right, the dad's being reasonable. The mom is absolutely a ridiculously, the mom upsets me in that game. She makes dumb, stupid decisions. Even when she's trying to accomplish something that she wants, she's making dumb, stupid decisions, like painting the numbers, sending painted Renoir out. Everything she's doing is dumb and idiotic. But beyond that, she's an irresponsible, grief-ridden mother who's putting her needs above that of her family. The only person that's trying to do like Cleo is that her name? I don't know. She's arguably trying to do a responsible thing in a sense. She's more concerned with this war going on or whatever. But really, I will say one good thing about Expedition 33 is the fact that there's this much lore and it's worth talking about is definitely something that makes it good in a lot of ways. But I still think most of it is like people hyping it up beyond where it is. Still, like, Cleo isn't necessarily moral. She's more she's the older sister, so she feels a lot of responsibility. She probably is suffering and stuff. Like, I get that. So I don't know if she's really a good person. The dad is obviously the only one that's trying to be like, and he's trying to do the right thing out of interest of the health of his family, where Cleo's trying to do the quote unquote the right thing kind of out of her own interest to fight like this war because she wants help, but really it's also probably to help her family. The mom being a mom, dad is right to get rid of the painting. Mom is being a mom. Mom is not being a mom. She's not being a mom. She runs away from her problems, is getting fucking, she's basically doing intense drugs. She's living in the painting, doing intense drugs over the grief of her son. I acknowledge that's hard. And I can't pretend to relate a mother losing her child, but a lot of people in history have lost their children. She's not being a mom. She's being this sounds politically like coded, but like a victim. She's like, there are people more important than her that she has to take care of as the mother. Then she paints the numbers on the thing as a warning to the people in that one action. She does like two things. She paints numbers on the fucking thing, and then she instantly, what does she want? She wants the painting to live. What does everyone living in Lumiere want? They want the painting to live. They are literally on the same side. And she does the one thing that turns every single person that should be her ally against her. She wants A, they want A. She's like, I have an idea. I'm going to paint 33 and then 32, 31, whatever on this thing. And what she does is she instantly turned every single ally into an enemy by making their only goal to kill her, which is already dumb. You couldn't have thought of anything better. You can't put like I don't know, even like please hurry, and then a number or something. We already know Mael. Mael just changed it. Mael just wrote, "Daddy, you're a piece of shit," or whatever she wrote, My God. Then she sends out Painted Renoir, whose goal is to keep the paintress alive, yes, but whose paintress's goal, he's basically the Sephiroth, to the Genova, whatever, it's like he's a extension of her. He's like her voice in the world. Instead of explaining anything, instead of doing anything, he just kills expeditions, which is, again, they should all be working together to keep them alive. Like, they want the same thing. Painted Renoir killing the expeditions doesn't make any sense. The expedition wants the canvas to live. They don't have the information or the context. And also, the paintress wants them to live, and Renoir wants the canvas to live as well. He wants it a little bit less. He mostly cares about the paintress. I'll acknowledge that, to keeping her alive. But what a fucking... Then she gets kicked out of the painting, right? Mael's like, I'm going to hide this painting. Don't worry. Her whole plan. You won't have to delete the canvas, Dad. You don't have to delete the canvas. I'm going to go hide the painting so Mom can't find it. Cleo is like, she's going to find it, but I'll admit, this is a really clever hiding spot. So, but she will find it. It's like, okay. But her whole plan is to get Mom out of it. So we kick Mom out, and within 40 seconds of her being out in the real world, she literally gets kicked out of where the canvas is at. This is what happens. So this is the mom's perspective. She gets kicked out of the canvas. She's looking. The canvas isn't there. She looks behind her shoulder. She walks over there, and she re-enters the canvas. In our context in the video game, it takes like a couple days, a couple weeks, whatever, between when we kick out the paintress to that fight with Renoir. But remember, the time passes super fast inside the canvas, right? So it's like, yes, it might have been weeks in the canvas time, but it was like literally under 3 minutes. Like, Mael took the canvas, I know it's heavy, but she put it like upstairs. She put it in her room. No one will find it underneath my bed. And so the mom just walks right there and is right back in. That's what her whole plan was based off of? Mike, I know she's a teenager, but is she that dumb? Come on, bro. Maybe they didn't want that moment to end when they were still a family somewhat. Hi there, how you doing, Rhea Bread? Ryu is our dragon. Your what? Your friend? Your companion? Oh, these are cool looking guys. They kind of look like his brothers. Maybe they just didn't want that moment to end when they were still a family somewhat. I mean, in the canvas, they weren't a family. Everyone was fighting each other. Again, the mom and Mael, like, when you start the game, if you don't think about, like, all right, you're in Lumiere, Mael's there, the paintress is there, Painted Renoir is there. All these people are on the same side. There are no enemies here. Everyone's on the same side. but there's conflict for the sake of there being conflict. Like, I don't think Painted Renoir killing the expedition makes any sense in the context of the game. Yes, she is a dumb teenager on top of being in grief. But I'm saying even Cleo, who is not a dumb teenager, she is probably grieving, but like secretly more, you know, it's probably pushed down realistically. Even she was like, this is a clever hiding spot. It was not a clever hiding spot. It was not. The mom found it in 40 seconds. The mom also wrote the worst possible message she could have written and turned everyone that was an ally into an enemy. Then she also sent out one guy for her envoy to also kill the only people that are her allies. All while they all should be working together. If they want to be objective about their goal is to get Renoir out of the canvas and keep Renoir out of the canvas, which they are not doing. Or you come in and you attack. It really feels weird to play this on keyboard. It makes my battle commands less interesting because I just want to auto attack it to get to the save point so I can turn the controller back on. Nice. Also, like, I think the game has an issue with doing, oh my god, why am I getting, I've had this conversation so many times. I think that's why, because everyone says I'm crazy, and I think you're all crazy. This is a minor thing, but I think it'll be interesting to look at. Let's look at X. Maybe it's EX. Let's just look up the number 33. Sorry, let's go here. Let's look up 33. This part kind of made me feel like, what the fuck? You're crazy? No, you guys are all crazy. Hey there, everybody. Welcome. This part made me so mad. Not mad, but it's like, it's probably the most petty, I guess. More, it's not. Let's take a look. Oh, is it this here? Not that him being able to fly would even help this here, right? But this right here, this confuses me.
Something's going on up there.
Something's going on up there. Blah, blah, blah.
Get us up there.
SK can't get up there. Right here. Lampmaster shows up. Fuck. He goes to attack. It cuts away. The Lampmaster is never discussed again or talked about. What? That's a little weird. So I hate that part right there. Like, this is one of the issues I had with the game. Not this specific point, but the idea behind this. They did something that was cinematic and cool despite it not making sense and not having a payoff. It was like they have the Lampmaster show up. He goes to attack, and then it just boom. It cuts away. Apparently, they defeat the Lampmaster off screen. They never talk about it. SKA doesn't. They never remember it. It's just like it's a quick little moment that they put in to add tension to what's going on. Like, oh shit, everything's going crazy. Everything's going crazy. But it was a very cheap kind of move, and I feel like they do that a lot with like Painted Renoir and stuff too, where instead of like having a really good cohesive reason why he should be doing what he's doing, they just thought it would look cooler with a really overpowered guy killing everybody, even though once you have context, he should be in the story. He's a side quest boss. I know he's a side quest boss, but in that scene, he shows up because you kill him, then he goes into the thing, and then they just have him show up and they don't resolve that. He's just gone. There's a couple things like that. There's multiple things like that in my opinion. You're breaking our contract. You didn't break our contract. You can keep the gold. All you did, he even told, so the dog even told us that he was told to report back to them. I don't know. I just felt like it, I guess. I like this character, but I think you should keep the money. Let them play the game. You can't watch Breathfire 4, not about Expedition 33. To be fair, it's my fault that I get that. It's my fault that I care so much that people don't think I'm crazy about Expedition 33, but everyone does think I'm crazy about Expedition 33. Yeah, we'll end with an Eddie. See if you could do it. Good hit. No combo, huh? Good. Oh, Shining Blade. 10 out of 10. I always get heated about Expedition 33. This is the. Oh no, I'm sorry, dog. I didn't know that would hurt you. This is the thing about it though, is like I genuinely like the game. Which is where things can get lost in translation. I do think the game is good, but when people say it's the greatest RPG of all time, I'm like, you're insane. You're an insane person. Don't hit him. Sorry, it's hard to play this on keyboard. We're gonna have to kill him. He's in our way. It is a great game. It's a fun game, a good game with a... I don't like the plot, but I love the storytelling. But at least it also invokes conversation. Everything about the game is obviously incredibly high quality. But I thought Metaphor ReFantazio had a better story, better gameplay, not better visuals or presentation, but like absolutely it was really good. Like when I compare it to my favorite games of all time, it's like I think Expedition 33 was like in the top 3 games maybe that year. But like year over year, I don't think it's like Chained Echo's good. I don't think it's as good as Yakuza, things like that. I wonder if we have an AoE heal. You still need to play Metaphor? I mean, you'll probably like Expedition 33 more because you like Expedition 33 so much. But I think Metaphor just is really good. I think that game was my game of the year. The dog didn't do anything bad. Metaphor is also underrated. I guess I think Metaphor is better than any of the Persona games. Are you just gonna throw us? Jesus, that doesn't seem safe. Hopefully we don't have to fight the dragon. How do you control this thing, by the way? Oh, look at little dragons. Beautiful sea of clouds. Everyone I know who has played Metaphor says it's Persona if Atlas decided to stop being problematic. I don't know what that means. But I will say it's just better than Persona, in my opinion. And this has a more adult story. I mean, adult in some sense and not in others, I guess. Like, you know, there's a little bit of faux adultness where things are dark. My little winged one, who art thou named Yore Dragon? We have awaited thy coming. We wanted to talk to you about the dragons. Oh, finally meet a dragon. Can we talk to you about other dragons? Thou seeketh knowledge? Thou wishest to know
of Ryu's true nature, yes. I love how the dragons are just funny-looking snakes. Mayhap this form be more fit for thine eyes? I don't think so. I don't know. It looks a little dorkier, honestly. Ryu is of our kind. He be one of the endless. He be. He's a pirate. He's not an ordinary person. He is a dragon. In thy terms, he is like unto a god, sure. Dragons aren't gods, they're just big sky lizards, bro. Yet he is at the same time mortal, at least for now. Ryu is a god. We of the Endless are summoned to this world by mortals. They that summon us have power over us. 'Tis they who determine how our power shall be used. 'Tis their desires that shape us. The Endless be not good, nor be they evil. The Endless are. They become gods or devils according to the desires of those who summon them. What's the difference between a god and a devil? Your perspective. The Yore dragon, having been brought to this world only recently, be like unto a blank slate. He hath neither form nor purpose as of yet. You mean the Empire was trying to summon Ryu so they could start another war? With the power of God on their side? We knoweth not the answer to thine question, little one. However, the Yore dragon, he whom thou hast named Ryu, is incomplete. To become whole, young Ryu thou must journey to the place of summoning. In respect of our bond, I shall carry thee there. Well, thank you, man. That's the first time we've had fast travel. I would prefer games to probably never touch high school again, honestly. I'm as a 33-year-old, it's become much less interesting to me. I'll still play them and enjoy them, but I definitely prefer more adult. Like, I prefer, even if it has to be college, at least something. But I'd rather have, like, Yakuza, Infinite Wealth, 40-year-olds looking for jobs, the RPG. These mountains be in the heart of the land. At thy base of this crag, thou wilt find a hamlet, or a helmet, depending on how you read that word. They who have passed the spell of evocation from generation to generation, down through the ages dwelleth therein. Seekest thou that village that thou this is the endless, and thy true nature thou being thine Ryu. Mighty Pyongyang, please wait. If Ryu is one who die and endure, what must he do? What should we do? Listen, O child of mine. Oh, 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 sweet child of mine. Thou that might learn wisdom. We possess a power so great that thy mind cannot fathom it. Indeed, a power so great that there we are as gods. And yet, how that power is used, be it for good or ill, rest in thy hands, little one. For it is the world thine, not ours. For it is the world thine, not ours. You need knowledge. You might understand the events that are to occur. Thy paths have crossed the Ryus. Thou art as much a part of this now as is he. Flight of Dragons. Do you guys remember that animated, I think, movie, Flight of Dragons? It's sure not to the right. You also can't control it. Paths. By the way, the dog's dead. Obviously, he's not here. The robot's probably fine. It's a robot. All right, still no save point. This game loves having no save points, and I don't know how to run on keyboard, so. Oh, X. Let's go. Help me. Let's rest. It's actually because I have to use enter for something, space for some things. These buttons, like,
They definitely did not want you to play this on keyboard. What? JRPG on keyboard, what? We don't have our final character yet. That's kind of crazy. All right. Now we should be able to safely do this. By the way, guys, if you're here today watching the stream, it would be awesome if you would watch my YouTube video today. And my YouTube video today is going to get no views. I'm going to be real with you. It's going to get no views because it's Path of Exile 2, and I've never made Path of Exile. I've made a couple Path of Exile 2 videos, but not many. And people aren't going to want to watch me. But every view it does get is a little bit of help, I suppose. The next, I've been kind of giving up on YouTube recently. There's nothing I really want to cover. That's why I've been streaming so much. But when Starbites comes out in a couple days, like a little over, I think it's like 10 days, I will, I'll do a bunch of videos on Starbites and we'll do a full playthrough of that. My goal is to make sure we beat this before the 21st. Or whenever that comes out. Ice Peak? Bro, this game is peak. Oh, it feels good to play with controller again. Slice. What are you doing? Get the dog in here. Get these losers out of my party. Oh, wait. These guys might do a move. Good hit. Good hit. I'll watch it. You get popular when stuff like Mugenics comes out, and then you stream. PoE2 has so many other content creators. It's true. But I really... Path of Exile 2 is my most played game on all of Steam. So I do really like it. But at the same time, it's fine if I don't ever get popular doing it. I'm just going to keep making content for what I want to play. That's all there is. But Starbites I am very excited for. Turn-based RPG. Looks like fun. All right, I want to get evoked on right now. So I was gonna restart. We got to change our default battle position because this is annoying me. That fucking sound effect is brutal. Kind of like it though. I don't know. We probably should have used this differently. Yeah, I think we did this unoptimal. It's all right. That 2 times damage on 1 attack is so good. Yeah, Shining Blade is like OP. They feel like easily the most powerful character so far. As long as we can find another weapon that they're good at, because getting rid of the +1 hit feels pretty sus. Let's change for battle. Kind of like you like this. I think I like it like that. Spooky. But yeah, because when you're making YouTube content, you need something new and like relevant. And there's no new or relevant RPGs right now. So that's why I'm looking forward to Starbites. One, it's just an RPG, which I like anyway, but also it's it should be relevant. Is that all of us? That's fucking awesome. You'll never be on the algorithms? I mean, I could get on the algorithms for some games. Oh, I guess it'll auto switch for me? Sure. But it's all right. I will say I don't want to do YouTube as a job, but the extra money would still be nice. Of course, right? Who doesn't need extra money today? But it's not like it's vital. All the extra money I get goes immediately directly to fucking... all the money I do get literally goes directly into investments for the future. I don't even spend any money. Like, literally. Like, I don't spend any of my YouTube money. Hope you'll like the final member of the party. I think it's that person with the eye makeup. If I'm right. Ooh, 719. Good. Level 19. More attack, more defense. We should go to the camp and teach you the ability to get rid of your defense and give it to power. the start button doesn't work. What happened there? No. I don't know why it's broken. Oh, you can't turn here, huh? All right, well, let's do it. It looks like it's getting bigger. Potentially. Okay. That's kind of fun. I like that the camera lets me follow it. I just want to make it as big as I can. Oh man. I wanted to make it bigger. Ooh, these guys are cool. I haven't seen them yet. Watch enemy. Watching you. All right, please do. Watch me all day. I'm really, like, if you would have told me 2 hours in Cray was going to live, I would have not believed you. But now I'm pretty convinced Cray's not going to die. I've decided Cray will live. We did it. You remember liking this area as a kid? I mean, it's pretty cool. I really like the feedback of hitting these things, right? Is this where the way I'm supposed to go? I'm just trying to get to the exit. I don't care about any of these chests. Besides this one. Asbestos armor, huh? Asbestos armor, huh? All right. All right, we'll take the asbestos armor. Let's go. I've always thought of myself as a bit of an asbestos guy. Is this all bonus? Look at that damage. I would like to give the all defense down to the dog because the dog has the best attacks, but the thing about Urshan is Urshan has the highest defense by a large amount, so they'll get the most benefit. And they also have the highest HP, so they're less likely to just randomly die after doing that. Let's go. How the fuck is this all just for a chest? Because I don't care about chests. Cray has a great relationship with Nina. I mean, it seems right. I'm not against it. We go down. Does that break? Do I actually want to just push it over here? He's just so cool. So far, I don't like him. But the game is, it's not too late for the game to change my mind on him. It's not too late for the game to change my mind on him. Sorry, we want Ryu to go second. Because he hasn't done anything yet. He's been completely irrelevant to the story, and he's done nothing besides get his ass kicked over and over again. Cray's the big bro. I mean, I'm not against him. He's fine. He just seemed like a character that would die. You know, he was No, I mean, okay, I changed my mind. I do not like Cray. Cray is, he's an irresponsible leader. He is the leader of the Worgen, and he is not doing his job. He is only doing what he wants as needy stuff for this like little girl. It's very weird, in my opinion. I think he is very irresponsible to his nation. If he wasn't the leader of the Worgen or whatever, I think he would have much more, he'd have a much better foot to stand on, and he would be like fine then. But they had to make him the literal president of his country. And I'm like, all right, well, shouldn't he be fucking home then, bro? Shouldn't he be home? There are games that do it, like Prince Albert does it in Legend of Dragoon. But it's like an exception, you know. I think they do it in a more where it's not just like he's doing it from the beginning of the game. Like there is this specific thing, and he goes on a brief thing to. Oh, we could jump down here. Nice. All right, let's push it. This is just too fun. Come on, push it, man. Roll, man. Falu wants to get back to the Empire, take back his throne, to make everything right. Maybe. He hasn't done anything yet. He hasn't stated his goal, and he hasn't done anything. All he's done, like, look, I know it'll change, but right now we've played as him like 3 or 4 times. He has woken up. I already talked about this. He woke up. He stood up. He walked down a mountain. He got his ass kicked by a guy that could turn into a dragon. He woke up in a woodcutter's hut, and he like passed out again. Then he woke up again, and he walked outside, and the same guy kicked his ass again. Then he fell down, and then he woke up. All he's done is he's woken up, got his ass kicked. Woke up, got his ass kicked, and now he's woken up, and he hasn't done anything yet. I'm sure he will. Oh, it's not done. It looks like one of our fairies died, huh? Well, I guess you want more than one on food then, huh? It said 1/3. Unless she's building this. It seems like one of our fairies died from lack of food. I guess you need 2/3 of them on food or something. Oh man, this shit sucks. Legend of Dragoon needs a remake. I think it would benefit greatly from a remake. But honestly, I also don't really want one. Does that make sense? I think the game is good enough. I just want it to be ported. Just port it onto new systems. Let me play it without having to download a fucking emulator, you know? God, oh man, you gotta love the camera in this game. You gotta fucking love it, bro. What were they thinking when they made this camera? Did they purposely design every environment to be as annoying as possible with this camera? Nah, we're not talking to you. Imagine waking up, come home, and the current king wants to kill you to take control of the empire. Fao Lao is the one man that made that nation, and now people want to get rid of him. I'm just saying, we know he's the first emperor. He has not done anything yet. All he's done is getting his ass kicked like 3 times so far. Another asbestos armor. So far the game has been easy enough where I don't feel like I need anything. I mean, I got 16,000 bucks. Let's just equip it. Take the bastard sword. Do that. I just want remasters, yeah. If they want to do a sequel and ruin it, honestly, I'd play a really bad sequel and be happy. He got his ass kicked by bosses that one-shot your party. I know, but I'm not talking about... Of course, it makes sense that he lost. They would one-shot my party. I'm saying his story has sucked so far.
His story's been 0 out of 10. He hasn't done anything. He's had, if we had not seen him up to this point yet, nothing will have changed. No context has been given other than he is we know that if the very first scene, if we would have cut and seen the first emperor got out of the tomb, that's the only thing that's happened that is relevant to us. He hasn't done, it's been pointless. Every one of his segments hasn't gleaned us new information or been important. To us, it looks like a pillar of shining light. So far, he sucked. He might get better, but he talks stupid and he gets his ass kicked constantly, and they make us watch him get his ass kicked. I think the first example of it was enough. Look at that. Give me something cool. That's earth magic. That's wind magic. But as a dragon, you have no soul. Join together, and that in turn creates another new stream. Now, a stream of one of the endless is very large, very powerful. So powerful, it can affect the stream of the world itself. God, that's so hot. Any stream that gets close to such a large and powerful stream gets caught up in it, affected by it, changing its original direction. I think this is actually pretty important context. The largest of these streams are the ones that can affect all of the others. These are what we call gods. Some of what you said we already know. What we want to know is, what should we do now? We didn't already know that about the streams and how they literally intermingle in like a non-metaphorical sense. And Sephiroth spent the entire time losing? Well, in a sense it is. Because in Final Fantasy VII, Sephiroth is already dead, basically, right? Cloud fucking killed him, and then he got, like, resurrected because he was thrown into the live stream. That once you understand where the gods, where the dragons came from, and their place in the world, that question will answer itself. Like, you never see Sephiroth in all of the Final Fantasy VII, you don't see Sephiroth until the end of disc 2, I think it is, right? When you find him, well, I don't know if it's at the end of disc 2, but not until you go to the northern crater and you see him inside the ice crystal. All the Sephiroth you see earlier in the game is all just Jenova shape-shifting, right? Sephiroth's body is trapped in the northern crater in crystal because Cloud fucking stabbed him and threw him off the ledge. And I think it's like canonically he died, but he is kind of resurrected because of the live stream and Jenova kind of stuff. You must be tired from your long journey. We will talk again later. Also, I'm sure they're retconning some stuff now. This is how dragons sleep. They sleep in the middle of the floor on a fucking rug, bro. You see any beds in here? I don't. You think there's a room on the other side of those bags? Nope. Biggest gripe about FF7, other than the stupid ghosts, is that he's like Johnny from that horror movie. Oh, that you keep coming. I mean, that is what Sephiroth I don't know about the ghosts. I haven't finished Rebirth. I played Remake. I didn't finish Rebirth, but it's like, it's literally Sephiroth clones. It's parts of Jenova that are getting like chopped off and thrown at him to make either Jenova parts but like none of it is actually Sephiroth. Unless, I mean, again, maybe Rebirth is retconning stuff. It's a different timeline, that kind of stuff. But like, when you fight these things, they're actually Jenova shape-shifting parts of herself into Sephiroth. So it's not really Sephiroth. It's like a really convincing clone. I didn't want the others to hear me, so I had to let them sleep. Here in your dreams, we could talk openly. Oh, we're in our dreams right now. That's cool. You choose to plead the fifth in regard to FF7 Remake and how none of it should exist. I love and dislike the remakes. I don't think they're very fun to play, if I'm being completely honest. I think mechanically they're not very fun. I think the story is also just like told with worse pacing, but there's something so unbelievably magical with this much money being put into like
being able to see Barrett and Cloud talking the way to each other that in my mind they did when I was a kid. Like, this is, they have these interactions and this stuff, and you've been able to see Junon, this giant cannon, like being able to see this stuff in context of like the world in general, like it's kind of magical in a way that's hard to express. Despite the gameplay not being very fun, despite me not thinking the actual story segments are as like told as, they're told better, but the pacing is off. And there's just too much bloat added in there and characters that don't matter. But there's something so magical about just being in the plains. Like, it's me, Red 13, fucking Barrett walking around fighting stuff in really flashy ways. That's just like, feels good. The whole thing that should have been not a Final Fantasy game, they should have sold this plot as an indie game. I mean, it is basically just a retelling of Final Fantasy VII, right? But I haven't finished it, so I don't know how they change it, right? I know you are one of the Endless. Yeah, we're not trying to hide it. The real question is, who are you and who is your daddy? For centuries, we here in this village have summoned gods, summoned the Endless to this world. Pyong Ryong, the Wind Dragon, Neon Ryong, the Mud Dragon, Sa Ryong, the Sand Dragon. It was we who brought them here. The whole FF7, I mean, the production value is way too high. But you are different. You were not summoned by us. What are you? Who brought you here? I don't know, bro. Ryu does not know the answer to that question himself. That is what Urshan says. What? But how? Are you also one of the Endless? Nope, Urshan is Urshan. I can sense your aura. It is a god's, but it's weak. It's like being dampened somehow. Are you sealed within that armor? Yes, that is why Urshan says to let her out now. Ha 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 ha. It would appear I laughed at an inappropriate time. Okay, now you know who really is Urshan. I don't know who Urshan is. I still think that didn't give me any context, really. It's one of the Endless. I mean, it's Foul Lu. I doubt it's Foul Lu. I thought it was the sister. But the sister hasn't been said to have any magical powers. You're gonna trade Ryu to get Alina back? Fuck yeah, Alina. I didn't say that. All I mean is we got people talking about gods and changing the world and stuff. It's too big for me to understand for any of us. I'm a Worgen. What fans asked for years, and they literally made the game as it is with just new technology, and so we get a world alternate timeline shit. I much prefer that, Cyber Knight. I much prefer that they're doing what they're doing. And that I guess that's controversial, but I hate remakes, bro. I don't want any more remakes. I don't want Dragon Quest. You know, maybe Dragon Quest because they changed a lot about it. But like, I don't want them to be like, hey, here's this game with newer graphics, identical game. I don't care about that, bro. Final Fantasy, like, you could still play Final Fantasy VII. Why do I need a better looking version of Final Fantasy VII when the game still holds up super fucking well? If you're gonna remake a game, I want you to change shit, bro. I want it to be different. I had played Breath of Fire 3 before this and knew about Breath of Fire 2, and it meant little as it was to me. If they're gonna remake a game, I want them to do what Final Fantasy VII is doing. Change the genre, change the story, completely make it your own thing. The game already exists. I don't want them to do what they did with Warcraft 3 Reforged, make the game again just worse. You know, I want them to make it interesting and new and totally have complete creative freedom because the game already exists. As long as it's playable on consoles, like Legend of Dragoon, I don't want them to remake it, but I want them to port it. Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, I think, are super fucking magical in a way that almost no other game is, even though I don't think they're that fun. Graphic is better, but I already know the story. It's kind of boring to me. I don't need the game that is exactly the original. I'm with you. Although I am gonna replay FF8 Remastered. I beat FF8 every couple of years because it's one of my favorite games of all time. But I don't want a game that's exactly the original either. I want it to be interesting and new. Because by the time the next game releases, they already have grown up. I guess that's the reason why they go for so many remakes. I know, man. I'm just like, as a 33-year-old, I know I'm not the target audience for a lot of these remakes anymore because I've played these games. It's a way to get younger people to play the games that look like Unk games, you know? It's like, oh, this is a game for Unks. Now, Oldman said we should go see her once you woke up. So, why did you say I should know who Urshan is now? I don't know who Urshan is. Urshan is someone who is an endless. They're a dragon, I guess. I already knew Urshan wasn't just a robot armor. But I don't know if that actually taught me anything. Same effect as Sever. Oh, that's actually really good. Go and equip that, yeah. The dog is gone again. Okay, wait, it's coming? All right. Thought we were going to talk about what we should do next. What's up with Urshan? Also, the chat's very active today. Thank you guys for stopping by. Let me pay attention to this for a second here, and I'll get back to chatting with you guys. It would appear you all have a stronger connection to the Endless than you believed. Urshan here has something in common with Rio. They're both one of the Endless. You mean Urshan is also a god? I've never seen anything like this myself, but that's why I want to release Urshan. Maybe then we could learn about what's occurred. Don't take away their physical attack. They're going to be my main damage dealer. You mean Urshan's trapped inside that armor? It would appear to be so. At least that's what she says. Will you help me free her, Ryu? Yeah. Just use the sword. Place your hands on Urshan. Close your eyes. Reach out and touch Urshan's mind. Holy shit, Urshan had a chest in them the whole time? If you want to come back to the waking world, just come back to this place and enter the light. The real Urshan's the one that's been locked inside the armor. Should be somewhere in the heart of the dream world you're in right now. What about the chest? How come there's chests in here? That's fucking insane. The context of there being treasure chests inside the mine blows my fucking mind. Right? Like, isn't that crazy? I'm not a huge fan of the series in general, but Trails 1 remake seems like a perfect remake for fans of the series. You're absolutely right. I've never played it, and people are just like, you gotta play Trails! Knows many spells, but doesn't seem to have enough AP for them. Let's give him some. Okay, well, it sounds like a fucking lie so far. Well, now I feel like an idiot. It seemed pretty clear to me that the game was telling me, give this character AP, and they will, give this character AP, and they will use the skill that you can learn. You want to have treasure chests? Yeah, but this is good. This is going to be the difference. We're going to be able to take this treasure chest out with us to the real world, I'm pretty sure. I think we're going to fucking die. This is the hardest. This is harder. This enemy is harder than any boss they've had in the game so far, and it's not even close. I don't know how to run, so we're not gonna worry about it. If we die, we die. They did it perfectly, and why Square Enix didn't is baffling. Nice. I think it's time to try to use a Shining Blade and live. Nice, okay. Thank God. I did try to play Romancing Saga 2. Didn't like it, unfortunately. It was like fine, but I was looking for something a little more exciting. Oh, max HP down. That's awesome. Sorry, those guys hit fucking hard. Also, can this game stop fucking changing my battle characters, bro? Can you just keep the dog in my battle screen forever? Water Ward. Might want that. Do you think there's a boss in Urshan's mind? If so, we're probably gonna get owned if it's as hard as that guy. This is kind of fun. Touch that. Interesting. That's fun. He said, embarrassing himself. Ah, okay. Well, you know, you win some, you lose some. That's the final party member, right? Is that also Urshan? Hopefully, maybe Urshan gets to stay alive as a robot, but this character also becomes a party member. I'd really appreciate it if you can get me out of here. Are you Urshan? Who else do you think it could be? Of course I am. Now get rid of those pillars and get me out of here. All right. Oh, we gotta fight the pillars. I played the remake. Oh. They're all here. It goes fire, wind, water, earth. Is that it? So we could use rock blast into burn, right? Oh, they probably have every element, don't they? So AoE is probably gonna fucking suck. Maybe we should just use the single target. I think we have very bad magic defense. Oh, she's not the final member? Oh, okay. Someone's gonna heal from this, right? Okay, the top right did. And then the bottom right will heal from this. So using elemental combos is actually gonna heal like half of them. AoE is nice, but it may not be. Oh, I guess it was both elements. So yeah, these elemental combos aren't gonna be good. So right now the water one's the closest to dead. It's the only one that took damage from all 3 attacks. Thank you for the parry. So I guess I wonder if they're all gonna physically attack. They all healed 600. Nice. We're gonna go for the water one first. Just use an item. Use healing herbs on her. Please. How do you target your own characters, bro? Okay. There we go. Oh, nice. They don't have that much HP.
This character's a lot more interesting if you played other Breath of Fire games. Got it. Well, since I haven't, unfortunately. Oh, these guys are punk asses. Why do enemies have no HP? The hardest fight was that so far. Well, I don't know. This might hurt. So far, the hardest fight was that random goopy guy before we fought this thing. The balancing of this game is kind of weird. Can I, double blow? Double blow. Let's start with you. I want you to attack that. I want you to double blow that. Shining blade that. That was not the same effect as fucking Sever, bro. Maybe they meant the same effect in the sense that it, was wind-based. Rocks his body like a cyclone. What is wind weak to? Fire, maybe? We still only have one fire attack. You lay the smack down. Do the fire. Medium healing, don't worry about it. You can't really attack. Nice. That's obviously fire's not it. Maybe it's water because we never used frost. That could be it. This guy hits hard. We could actually lose because this guy just has AoE. I don't think we have any AoE healing in this game yet, which is a huge downside. All right, do quad blow. Wow, you missed, huh? That's pretty bad. All right, well, we fucked up. We should have killed this one first. I didn't know that this guy would be the hardest enemy in the game. I didn't know that this guy would have this much HP. Oh, he stopped attacking. Oh, this is good. Never mind. We're set then. We're set. I'm pretty sure this guy doesn't have that much more HP. I mean, I guess we could meditate, but that's... All right. You probably should, because you get 1,000 HP, right? Oh, can you use your ice attack? You can use frost. Let's see if that's strong. Yeah! He's aura farming. He's aura farming. It's just frost, fire, earth, and wind. Well, this guy's wind, and he healed from earth, I'm pretty sure. Maybe he didn't. You're right, maybe he didn't. Bro, that aura. 10,000 experience, bro. Keep getting that magic. Look at he can't get wisdom more than his attack, no matter how hard you try. They don't want him to be. They don't want him to do what we want him to do. All right. Well, we got, 8 items, 2 for each element. Is there any AoE fucking healing in this game? I hope so. Finally, I thought I'd never get out of here. Oh. First, let me thank you for helping me. Now you shall die. There's still one little problem, though. You see, well, I don't have a body. That means I can't leave here. That's why I want you to find me a medium who can loan me a body, okay? Don't worry, this is where they summon gods and whatnot. There's bound to be lots of mediums around. We'll try to find a good-looking one for you, don't worry. Rejuvenate. I think harder battles is one of the things they could fix. It would make most RPGs better. You have to go backwards like the DQ7 remake. Yeah, right? Like, instead they decide to make games easier and easier, and they're gonna make me walk out of here? I mean, I'll do it. But like, why? But yeah, harder battles. Dragon Quest XI luckily had pretty good. Might be the hardest RPG recently, which is now 10 years old, I guess. Maybe not 10, but like it's old now is the point. Hold on. How do I get out of here? I actually like some unbalance in my games. It makes them have more fun, charm. Like you'd remember certain battles years later if they were harder than the rest. Well, yeah, like I remember Seymour on top of Mount Gagazet. Final Fantasy X did a good job because the game is mind-numbingly easy if you're an expert and you know how to play that game super well. But if you're a casual person playing through the game the first time, Seymour on Mount Gagazet's gonna fucking kick your ass, bro. Even I had a game over. I'm replaying the game, kind of. I had a game over. DQ11 was perfect. Yeah, I did all 6 Draconian quests, and it was so fun. Urshan really wants you to get that chest. I have called for a medium, and that was requested. Thank you. Oh my god, please don't tell me we're gonna send a kid's body into battle. You better be 1,000 years old. Hello. They have told me what happened. I'll help you the best I can. Please don't make us use a child. Why? It's irresponsible. The chat was more popping when I was shitting on Expedition 33. That's the secret. I still can't remember if their name is Urshan or Enshin. I don't know why I can't remember. Can't you get the second most powerful medium? Huh. I was hoping for a better body than this. Oh well, guess it will have to do. Rem, or rather, Urshan, can you tell us about you and about Ryu? What are the two of you doing together? Hey, wait just a minute. I've been cooped up in that armor forever. I'd like to relax for a while, okay? How about giving me some food and a drink? Is this any way to treat such an important guest? Where are your manners? Think about it just from gameplay alone. You go through the game and everything is easy, or do you go through the game and you remember challenges? You remember harder parts, yeah. I mean, there are times. I guess it depends. Like, I mean, maybe that's going to be... Like, I didn't struggle in Expedition 33 at all. This is not to bring it back to Expedition 33, but, like, the game was really easy after a certain point. It was really well balanced, and then it went super easy at the end. And so it's like, imagine how much more memorable the final fight of the game would be if it was really hard. I remember Persona 3 fights better than I remember that fight. These children are the mediums. Only they can hold the endless inside. Normal people may explode. They don't normal. Just find an older medium, bro. It's irresponsible. Just let the baby be trapped. I don't feel like our characters would be cool putting a kid's life in danger. Unless it was like an established party member or something already. Sorry about that. Got a little smoky there, didn't it? Me oven ain't what it used to be, I'm afraid. Here he goes. He got his ass kicked and he woke up. Then he got his ass kicked and he woke up. And that's it. Again, he's still laying there. He's done nothing yet, bro. He's such a fucking loser so far. Please do something before the end of the game, or I'll be upset. I'll actually be upset if they don't make him do some shit before the game's over. Because right now, if they removed him from the game would not be different. Different person outside of the armor.
Yep. Well, can you blame her? I mean, being stuck in that armor for so long. I'm sure the robot's still alive. You should go check and see. There's no response? It's because they're fucking sleeping, bro. Did the food meet your satisfaction? Look, you wanted to talk to a god, right? If you ask me, this comes with the territory. They weren't complaining. I do think it's funny that and now you're mistreating this child's body. Every god needs an offering or two, right? The upcoming section with Fao Lu is coming up. Good. There's something good coming up. Very well then. Now will you tell us about Ryu and Urshan? Alright. Ryu and I are not human. We are endless. Now, who here knows what that means? How about you, little birdie? Do you know? First of all, I'm an angel, not a bird. That means you were summoned here. And you're what other people call dragons or gods, right? Well, I'll be. You do know. Not bad. Well, we were already told. We are called summoned from other worlds and brought here. But do you know why we are called? Well, do you? Kitty, why are you talking like that? This person's making a bad first impression. All right, then. Imagine the world is a giant ship. What happens to the ship if there's no wind? It's fine. You pull out the oars. The ship can't move? Yes, it can. Anyway, we're like that. We're the wind. We move the world. Now imagine what you could do if you could control that wind as you pleased. This is why we have kept this village's location and what we know a secret. Were the ability to summon the endless fall into the wrong hands, it would be disastrous. Whoever can control the dragons can control the world. Which is why I need to know. Who betrayed our secret? Who summoned the two of you? We were summoned by the Fao Emperor. Okay. The Emperor knows the spell of evocation? Not exactly. The Empire has come up with its own method of summoning. That's how Ryu and I got here, but it's not perfect. They brought us here, but we were incomplete. I wasn't able to manifest completely and got stuck in that armor. As for Ryu, he was split into two by his summoning. We already know that. We already know that they're two halves of a whole. That's why their dragon forms look identical, I assume. Yes. Recovers HP to max. He just got out of bed. Time to go back to sleep. So I guess we were summoned. I didn't think this guy was summoned. I thought this guy was just in a tomb or something, but I guess he was summoned as well. Not like them young folk in the cities. Hey, don't be talking to me right now. I'm counting these beans. All right. Sorry. Everyone here is gonna die. These guys are. This whole village is getting destroyed. There's no way. This kid's going to. They're gonna burn down this village looking for us. 100%. This here be the Sun Village capital. Oh, that far to the east, friend. Maybe Wandering Sword would be really good to play over Final Fantasy VIII. I really want to play Final Fantasy VIII. I love Final. Well, how do you guys feel about Final Fantasy VIII? Who dislikes Final Fantasy VIII and why? And my counterpoint to what you're about to say is that Final Fantasy VIII is the funniest Final Fantasy game and one of the funniest RPGs to ever exist. And that should carry some water. You're the fella mommy's been taking care of. Ain't ya? Or yeah.
Come there from it. Hey, we don't take kind of a stranger there. We don't like them people with them white hair over in these here parts. Mommy, what you been doing here at this here? This must be Southern America. I thought I told you to stay in the house and rest. You shouldn't be walking around like this. This here be my cousin. His name's Rion. Why is everyone yelling this town? He was in Crayon and got hurt, you see? He came back here, but taking care of him. You dislike Final Fantasy VIII when I played it because I didn't like the draw system. Luckily for you, although this is a huge fault of the game, I don't blame you, I blame the game. You can pretty much ignore the draw system other than 6 times in the game. You could just refine magic the whole time. You can never buy a new weapon, that's true. But I also like the most unique. I also think it's the most unique and interesting. It really is. It's weird to not have equipment. To have everything through the GFs, but it is really, really fun. Couldn't make me look at that baby's ass. They got hit on the head, so if it don't ask funny questions, just be nice and answer them, okay? More as far as something new. It also has replay potential for far. Yeah, I don't care about replay potential necessarily because I haven't played it. FF8 just because I love the game. I've been watching people replay Final Fantasy VIII. I watched Dan's G08 play Final Fantasy VIII. Now I'm watching Kyle Bossman play Final Fantasy VIII. And when I'm done watching him, I'm going to watch someone else play Final Fantasy VIII. I love watching people play Final Fantasy VIII. Oh boy, I didn't know mean for them the landlord to fin about you. Please let me go. I hate the way this guy talks though. It's the opposite. Instead of having a fun accent, it's an obnoxious accent. Well, probably be fine. Long we keep pretending you be my cousin. You should be worrying more about yourself than me. Your wound ain't fully healed yet after you get your ass kicked. You get your ass kicked so frequently. You shouldn't be walking around. You're likely to get your ass kicked by people in this town. God, that fucking sucked. Split into 2. What does that mean? They're gonna make us flashback again pretty soon, I bet. There's another Ryu out there somewhere. Is he in the Empire? Yes. But Ryu and his other half aren't separated only by distance. They're separated by time as well. By time? Are you saying that Ryu's other half is no? Yes, Ryu's other half, the other god, is the first emperor, the Fao Emperor, Fao Lu. Well, yeah, no shit, bro. Why else would they show... Yeah. Calling you because... Was that supposed to be... that? I don't think that was supposed to be a reveal. I think that's a faux reveal. Would you play a JRPG if it had no exploration and hardly any story? If it had the best battle system ever? For sure. Isn't that literally just like a roguelike? Kind of. No exploration, hardly any story, but a really good battle system. Let me think if there's a JRPG that does that. It's a lot of games meet one of those. Not a lot of games meet both of those. Like Final Fantasy X does very little exploration for like 85-90% of the game, but it has a ton of story. Some games will have a ton of exploration with a little bit of story. I can't think of an example, but I think I would. No, that's not quite the gacha games. Gacha games usually have bad combat systems, right? Like Honkai Star Rail's combat system is not good. It's just serviceable. Emerald Beyond then. I have a feeling what we might think is the best combat system might be different. Like I think Final Fantasy X is the best combat system probably in an RPG. There's a few that are equally as good, like Octopath is equally as good in a lot of ways, but like I think the press turn system in SMT5 and Metaphor is really good too. One of my favorites, better than Persona. Never mind, forget I asked. Take off your shirt, lay down. You're likely to get your ass kicked. Long ago, there came to Earth a god named Fao Lu. Many were the nations of the world then, and they didn't make terrible war upon each other. And they did? Is didst, D-I-D-S-T, didst, is that did or did not? I don't know. It's close to didn't, but it sounds like they didst, like they did. I hate the way this guy talks, bro. Why am I so triggered by the way this guy talks? It feels like Chrono Cross when they just had an accent algorithm for every character, so it made other characters talk stupid. People those lands betrayed to Fo Lu. You might consider what a good battle system is. If it's, I'm telling you, if it's not fully turn-based, I'm not going to agree with you. Let's look it up right now. Saga Scarlet Grace. Show me right now. Gameplay. Second, let's go. Let's click here. Let me just pull it up.
Did you see that, Lissa?
I'll say it looks ugly, but that's fine. I don't
Like
care
a
about that.
shooting star that fell to Earth.
It's got. What are you making me look at right now?
You might be next.
You hated him because he knows English better than me? No, he does not know English better than me. He knows how to add syllables to words. Fao Lu's a badass? Not yet. Maybe by the end of the game, she's got a frying pan. I'm not impressed at first look, but I won't judge it too harshly because its presentation is pretty bad, but it might actually be good. The battle system is essentially rocket science. That doesn't make it better. I don't know. There is a point where it's like Dragon Quest XI might have the best RPG combat also, and it's not because it's super, super, super complex. It's just like, it's about making very good tactical decisions and adapting to what you're doing. Because it's like the balance of enemies versus you is also really good. So far, he's not been badass. So far, he's done nothing. He heard their plea and gathered together the nations, and thus did he forge them into an empire. And thus did Fao Lu become the first emperor. But then, after having used his powers to achieve this feat, he fell into a deep slumber. For Fao Lu was not complete, not whole. Someone took his whole. However, even as he dreamed, Fao Lu realized a terrible truth. Even were he complete, he would not be able to fulfill all the people's desires. Oh, he's such a good guy. Indeed, why not? For the people are, I'm sorry. I just be a simple farmer. I don't know, Ken, what you'd be saying, but I cannot stand to see you look so sad. Please. Oh my God, are they gonna catch us having sex with our cousin and kick us out? Did she just have sex with her cousin? Yeah, that's the post-sex, that's the post-nut stretch. I mean, that was a pretty post-nut stretch. All right, is it time? It's time for this town to burn down, right? Quit changing my perspective on me. Are you still counting beans? Oh my God. You've been counting beans for 3 days. It's the olden times. It's what we do. All right, peace out. Rayon. Where you be heading to? You shouldn't be up. Not yet. Not after last night, after I drained you. She just said it. It's not her cousin. Of course it's not literally her cousin. This guy is the first emperor, timeless from thousands of years ago or whatever. She's just a farmer. I must journey to the capital, to Cheetos. Wert thou wise, woman, thou wouldest have nothing more to do with thine. You shouldn't. He's just talking about how he's the first emperor. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I can't stand seeing your dick this hard. But if I didn't want you to be involving myself with you, I wouldn't have helped you in the first place. Yarg! We already know this town's getting fucking destroyed. It's too peaceful. It's too big of a town. And the people, the second you go into a town, it's like, we ain't like them city folk. We're hard-working, peaceful people here. We work really hard. Like, oh, you guys are all dying, huh? Okay, that is not the way to the dragon. I guess we'll go this way. What in tarnation be up in hisser? She's definitely into him, but not that much. I don't know. I think she just banged him. She just banged him last night. She took off her shoes, got in bed. It's like, I can't stand to see you sad. Then he had the post-nut stretch. Fucking her own cousin. Absolutely disgusting. But, you know, they are simple farmers. This isn't a dragon. This is just a fat pig. Astral, go! Ah! Ah! Papon! Papon! That's the name of the enemy. Now you just attack like normal. Body press. How much does that take per turn to maintain? 16 AP, unbelievable. Eraser. She's not into him enough to sacrifice herself for him to escape. Based. Press, pass. Oh. Let's go. I don't even know if that's more damage than just attacking. You routed the enemy? We should kill that thing too, bro. A million billion. I don't think he's gained a level this game. I'm screaming regardless if it requires it. You've got to. It makes people, it's an intimidation value. To wis this appear that this is not a monster, but in truth a normal beast of thine fieldeth. Mayhap this is a result of exposure and to draw you away from the town so it could be destroyed. The powerful aura of the Endless. Well, now that we're away from the town, unable to protect it, let's see how it's doing. Okay, never mind, it's fine. You killed that thing? You the fella that mommy's been taking care of, ain't you? You're her daddy? I heard you still lied up in bed all hurt. Looks like you're better now, eh? Ryong, is you all right? All right, maybe the town's gonna be fine. I don't think so. Even if Ryu's other half is the first emperor. He's dead, right? I mean, it's been centuries. Not necessarily. If he also is one of the Endless, he would not die easily. He's certainly not simply by the passing of years. Nothing so simple as time. So where can we find him? He's probably out in the woods, getting his ass kicked by everything that walks past him. Even if she knew, Urshan has been asleep ever since she finished eating. Good voice acting. The only thing I could do was a southern accent. Doesn't that... Oh, be careful touching the battery pack. I don't want to disconnect it. That kid's turning out to be more trouble than I thought. Cray doesn't talk like that. Maybe more than he's worth. Cray, I don't think of Ryu as trouble or anything like that. Remember how he helped me get those sand flyer parts? That was a big deal. Ryu's very special, and we've just gotten caught up with him. That's all. I don't know how to explain it very well, but the reason I'm here with Ryu right now is to find my sister. What happened to the sister, bro? Let's go get our sister. Well, no matter what, we need to find out more about what's going on. And the only way to do that is to talk to Urshan some more. Let's go. She should be awake by now. How you doing, buddy? There's no response. Yeah, fucking right. Lights are on. Someone teach me how to get a second dragon form. Looks like she ain't getting up for nothing. Well, there is a way to wake her, but forcing a god to awake is not the safest thing to do, or she just wake up in a bad mood. The results could be unpleasant for us. Fuck off. She's just a kid in a body. Just an ancient dragon in a fucking kid's body. Oh. Yes, okay. Let's make me go into the fucking dream world, I guess, sure. You can't just shake them awake? This is a special kind of god sleep? Gods sleep differently than us, I guess. Everyone's dreams are so desolate. Alright, well, I guess you should pick up the knockout gas. That's, you know, maybe that's what's keeping her asleep. They have the initiative, huh? Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Do rock blast into, what is it, fire? You can do eruption, right? And then cyclone. If you count out the properties, 6 or more dragon forms, but like 15 otherwise. Ah. Nice. This fucking gulper. Oh, wait, we had the initiative. This guy was better at fucking casting spells. Maybe we would have been able to do what we want. Let's try it again. Let's burn. No, they're already almost dead. Whatever, bro. Just cyclone it. And he tried to cast death, huh? That's pretty impressive. These guys are harder than every boss I fought in the game so far. 150 forms? Well, how much does this one have? And why are they so late into the game? Maybe they're like insanely OP. I can't jump that. All right, we'll take the more knockout gas. Nice. Good hit. Manly clothes. I don't think we want that. It does keep you from dying once. Could be good. Oh, you got a temple in your mind? Ha 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 hee 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 hee. This feels a little more dreamlike. Nice, bunch of hot guys. Drat. I was just having a good dream and you have to show up. You humans had the worst manners. I'm sorry. Really has one form, but different stats and skills, I guess. If you want other dragons, you have to... Oh, do you actually have to go... Are all the other dragon forms optional? Well, I mean, you have to go find them and recruit them. Does that mean there's already been points where we could go back? Because we haven't been able to go back to places like with the Mud Dragon because it's disconnected from where we're able to get to. Oh, mighty goddess, please tell us what we should do. Am I right? That's always the way it is, isn't it? Oh, hey, Bento. Come sit next to Daddy. Can't figure it out for yourself, so you come to pester us. Well, I'm a god, too. What's up with this world, anyway? I've never heard of the world where they needed to summon gods in the first place. I mean, why can't you handle your own problems yourselves? Why do you all have to drag? We didn't summon anybody. We're trying to get rid of the summons, all right? Quit asking us. What's done is done. We don't know how you feel. It's just that we're kind of at a loss as to what to do, you know? I bet you are. I guess it would be too if what with two incomplete gods following you around. But you can see the top of her ass, can't you? They pixelated, they gave her 3 pixels of ass you can see above the back of her clothes. This is the Gooner character. We found it. This is this game's Tifa. Though Tifa's hotter, still. What happens to you is tied up with what happens to your little friend Ryu there. There are 6 base forms, 4 extended forms, which require game points. So you probably won't see those. Got it. All right, so we're not getting any more dragon forms, it sounds like. Until you unlock fast travel? Okay, good. If there's fast travel, I might do that. But really, my goal is just to beat the game. Maybe this week, maybe next week. It'll mean another war. We can't let them have that kind of power. What will it be? Still, its pod of the Emperor is in Ryu. That means that pod of Ryu is in the Emperor. It's the penis part. The two halves will meet. That destiny cannot be changed. However, if Ryu is as strong as the Emperor, then... If he's as strong as the Emperor, you mean he might be able to stop the Emperor from doing what he wants? Something like that, little bird. But, what do we have to do to make Ryu stronger? Don't worry, there is a way. For that, though, I'll need to wake up. That means you have to get out of here. Can't wake up as long as you're in my dreams. Well, I guess we're gonna stay here together forever. I kind of do feel like... Are we here to have sex? This world revolves around Deus. Look how handsome they are. Since she was trapped for so long, Deus is kind of letting herself go in her dreams. So she basically just wants to fuck a lot. There's post-game content? I have no idea. And they offer it to you when you revisit a town where they sell sand flyers, if I recall. Oof, I might miss it then. I don't know. We'll take a look. Look, I'm gonna be blunt. This game has thoroughly underwhelmed me up until this point. I have no desire to do anything optional or any side content, or like to acquire all the dragon forms. If a game is, I'll start playing a game, and if I'm impressed with it, I'll want to do side content, which is why I did it with Final Fantasy XII. I ended up being very impressed with Final Fantasy XII. This game I've been very underwhelmed by, and I'm mostly just looking to get credits. Unless it starts getting really good at some point. This is when the game gets good. All right. Well, then I will reassess. I won't have my mind just made up and decide we're doing something. I will, if the game starts getting really good and it becomes really fun and the combat becomes more engaging, then I absolutely will put in the effort to do some extra stuff in general, such as like the fairy village, maybe to get some like cool new weapons and armor. Although I bet they fucking charge me money. I could use a little more sleep, but I guess there's work to be done. Well then, shall we go? Are you really gonna feel that rested if you have a bunch of orgies in your sleep? What did I just tell you? You're going to need help if you want to get through with this. There's a shrine around here you use to summon the Endless, right? But, oh yes, the Yorei shrine. Okay, Ryu, that's where we're going. We have to call the other dragons. Dragons were once gods, just like us. You could say we're distant cousins. We'll call them, ask them to help you out. Does that mean that you'll help Ryu as well, Urshan? That's not my name, bro. It's not like I've gotten anything better. I thought her name was Deus or whatever. By the way, you can keep calling me Urshan if you want, but my real name is Deus. Deus? Urshan is what that armor called me. I think it means master in the language of the Empire. Based. Anyway, we need to be going to the Yowie statue. All right. I guess we could take a look at the... Oh, you're not in my party. Perfect. Why would I want you in my party? Where's the exit? How the fuck do I get out of this town? Oh, there we go. Well... So that was a weird cut for the music, huh? How do I get out of this fucking town? I hate this camera! Is that it? God, I fucking hate this camera, bro. Christ almighty. Did they made every environment have the worst camera you could have. They wanted it to be very difficult to enjoy being in town. Okay, well, I was gonna go to camp when we got here, but I guess I should have been more careful. Breath of Fire 2 would be the most fun if it wasn't so heavy on the random encounters. That could be a real dampener for old RPGs. Too many random encounters. That's what I love about Final Fantasy VIII, is you can just turn off random encounters like a couple hours into the game. Where are you going? I'm not going to do that on my playthrough, though. Why are you leaving Urshan behind? Oh, brother. You mean you could still move? It would appear so. This is just the armor I was trapped in, see? Some of my power must have rubbed off on it, enabling it to move and talk by itself. Hee hee hee, ha ha ha. I am saddened by the fact that you have left Urshan. Oh yeah? I couldn't be happier now that I'm out of there. Good riddance, I say. Urshan? I mean Dias? Are you just gonna want to leave him? Don't you want to take him with us? Are you kidding me? You want me to get back inside that tin can? Forget it. You could just stay where you are. You're a suit of armor. Start acting like one. Why? It's a sentient suit of armor. Does this mean you no longer need Urshan? Huh? Well, I see. Ha 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 ha. It would appear that that was an appropriate time to laugh. They never did that in the whole game. They did it like twice recently. Nina, what should I do in order to act like a suit of armor? Well, let me see. Armor is meant to protect the person wearing it, right? If you ask me, that's what acting like armor means. For now, Urshan, I think you should wait in the village until we get back. What the fuck? Why? Why? For what purpose? This bully sometimes uses air raid. It's tough because I want to kill the other guy first. But just bring the fucking guy with you, man. What are you talking about? Game editors for all Breath of Fire games, so you can easily adjust them to your liking now. That's kind of cool. Don't use air raid. We're gonna have 2 people guard. Not you, motherfucker. It's all right. We were gonna have her back out anyway, so that doesn't matter. I want you to guard. I want you to... No. I want you to attack. You to guard. And you to guard. Damn. No one learned it, huh? Piece of shit. Maybe it's because who they used it on? Maybe it's because you parried it. All right, you guard, and then you attack this one, I guess. No! There you go. I feel like Ryu learns magic, learns this stuff easier. That village did need protection? No, it doesn't. That village will be fine. They'll just call more fucking gods if they need it. Stuns an enemy, never gonna use it. I'm just gonna assume it doesn't work on any bosses and it does no damage, so fuck it. Why has this guy got so much HP? Urshan is not going back. I hope. I'll actually be very upset if Urshan doesn't rejoin the party. What the fuck is this? What did you just do? I guess you have, sometimes you do special moves when you're really low on HP. What the fuck? Let's see if they actually return. I'm not joking. I'll actually be upset if Urshan doesn't rejoin the party. I'll genuinely be upset. Not right now, but like even later. Oh, fuck, I already am lost. How do you get out of the town? Is that how you get out of the town? Right there? And then is this the inn? Yeah, he hit really hard. There you are, Urshan. Let's rest. Cats are so aware. I can't even pet him without him immediately finding out that I'm moving to pet him. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. I did want to heal. Oh, he has a passive. If he's in a critical state, he auto casts. Interesting. I mean, I guess if you're, I don't know if that's good, but oh, they let me go back here, huh? I wonder why. Hey, buddy. Can you guys see him down here a little bit? I could buy a cat camera. It wouldn't be too much. Eh? Eh? Good hit. Urshan left the game. If Urshan doesn't join the party again in the future, I'll be upset. I'm pretty confident they do. I'm pretty confident they do because of the... I don't think they would have Urshan be a temporary party member and then also have the armor crafting system only specifically for that character. I just think that would make no sense. But if I'm just want to say hypothetically, if Urshan didn't come back, I'd be very upset. All right, let's take a look. Let's see if more of our fairies fucking died. They're like, hey, you should have 130 your fairies on food. Then they give you 3 fairies. Then you put 1 fairy on food and they die. Now we have 11 food. Now we have too much food. I don't know what their fucking rule is, but we're keeping 2 on food all the time now. At least I will say that system doesn't bother me that much because of how quick that is. I didn't have to. I just had to go to a camp, which I already kind of do anyway. I don't know why I'm saving again. Let's just do it. Oh, wait, Urshan's not in our party. We can't switch the skill over to him that I want. Sure. The stupid fact that you need an item to switch shit around is so lame. Just let me, but be careful. What if you could freely control? What if you could freely move skills between characters? Oh, the balance would be completely broken. Oh no. Then you're safe for a while. Yeah, until then you take them off food and they start dying. You think they half-assed this fairy village? Luckily, I have nothing to compare it to, so it's like it seems fine to me, but not good. As an Arum, all right. We'll see how they feel about wind. Good hit. Look at that bot. Oh! No, get her out of there. I wanted Ryu in the party. Damn. It's way hard. That's a cool attack. I like that. That was visually, that was fun. Good hit. Could take note of the way you could swap out, but then you have the fairy village. I like the way you can swap skills, but it's so weird that it requires a resource. I don't want that chest that we saw back there. You have the initiative versus... Okay. Rock her body like a cyclone. Makes me wanna do it all night long. Round, 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 round. Good hit. He doesn't fall asleep that much anymore, which is kind of nice. The extra, no need for the extra cutscene. Easy. Pink. I wonder if Cray is still like behind in levels. Oh, I didn't want to do that. That's on me. Oh, can we move these down below? We must be able to. A dragon scale. Oh, you fucking fucker, bro. Oh, do you think this will let us get down if we jump on this one? Guess not. Motherfucker, bro. Mother, father. Nope. That's kind of annoying, but it's alright. Wait, you're gonna make me walk around? Alright. I'll do it. I'll do it. Don't cast death on me. Don't cast death on me, please. Thank you. Only 300 experience for that guy. It's unbelievable. That's so low. We were getting 1,600 from guys earlier. Alright, I gotta hit tab on this screen for some reason. Can you move these? No. Also, what point does fucking Ryu's fucking sword have? It hasn't done anything yet. I see that timer. But I'm just gonna wait for it to run out. Because I'm just gonna wait for it to run out because I didn't start immediately. It doesn't matter which way we do, right? Oh, but if you wait on that one over there on the left, it will it'll take you to the area where you want to go. I'm afraid that it's just going to be an item because you see you take the one on the left, it'll let you go into there, probably for a chest, but I don't care about that. By the way, she could probably use her wings to fly. Let's hope the timer doesn't count while we're doing this. I assume that it doesn't, but you never know, I guess. Alright, time to crit! Shit. $404 damage. She takes so much damage. Never does a sword attack come into play. That is so crazy to have the protagonist have that. At least now this loop makes sense, right? Can we menu? Final Fantasy VIII doesn't let you menu without lowering the menu lowers the timer too in Final Fantasy VIII. Uh-oh. Only in that tavern at the start? I don't even remember that. But I believe you. Ow. What a great victory. Come on, jump, 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 you fat fuck. Yeah, just the chest. We don't care. I did care. I'm over caring about that and stuff anymore. So, this is where the Endless are summoned. It's permitted with a powerful aura. I could feel it. Permeated. Countless gods. Dragons. I bet we'll be able to speak to the dragons here. Let's do it. Call those motherfuckers up, bro. Don't worry, it's not too hard. Remember how you freed me from that armor? Oh. We gotta go into the dream world a third time. My aura. What the fuck? 'Tis like unto one of the endless. Oh. Post-nut stretch. Doth it mean the time hath come? I have doth come? Are you still counting beans? Someone look after this naked baby. My lover, Rion. Is something amiss? I'll say. The mountain over there started smoking. Looks like it might be making ready to blow. Oh, so we're calling the fire dragon? Well, I feel like we're accidentally being assholes here, huh? Where there that mountain started smoking. Means the god of the mountain's getting angry or something. Yup. They say there be a god living inside the mountain. And if daddy gets angry, there'll be a horrible disaster. Unless that's what the stories say. Where you be going? I doth wish to meet with this god. We're going to a volcano. We're gonna kick I'm gonna kick the shit out of this volcano. Royal sword. Can you unequip his stuff? Nah, I guess not. All right, he's doing something. He better not lose. If he fucking loses, I'm gonna be very upset. Someone left their items up here. A god, eh? What if that village has the smartest people in the world? It might. They just talk like that. Nothing wrong with talking like that. Inferno! Flame shot! Madness hero! Good job, Fulu. Get that 600 gold. This looks like a pretty fucking small volcano, man. Oh, how does double blow work if you already have a double attack? It was 3 hits. Honestly, maybe weaker than your normal basic attack. You should still have some items to heal yourself, right? Well, do you have any magic to heal yourself? No? Okay, well, I don't want to use the one all heal in case I want to use that in combat or some shit. Actually, he probably has rest, doesn't he? Excuse me. I'm looking for God. Yeah, he doesn't jump. He teleports, but only a few feet. But only a few feet at a time, all right? Waiting patiently? I will come to you then. That thing is a scary-ass face. Oh, good hit. I actually didn't want you to kill it. I was gonna use rest. I just wanted to get it one hit from dead. But okay. You don't have rest? We got rid of it. You could snooze yourself. I'm actually curious. Put myself... Oh, are you immune to it? Yeah, you know what? That's actually pretty good. The fact that you could be... Well, it still was weak. But in theory, it was pretty good. Because he's immune to sleep, right? Because of his equipment. If it wasn't such a low percentage of his fucking life. It's like 10% of his life. So it seems like it's a flat amount, not an amount that scales. This is the god? I thought it was going to be a dragon. You're the god? Me god, who you, tiny man? I'm an actual god. Thou art not a god. Thou art but a mere shadow, something that hath drunk of the dregs of the power of gods, and believe that doing so maketh you a god yourself. He doesn't know what you're saying. Quit talking to him like this. Me not understand, puny... Exactly. He talk funny. Does puny man think me stupid? Perhaps. What sayest thou? Puny man not making sense. Me not understand puny man. Me kill puny man. Don't worry. With the power of astral. You shall eat my astral! What? You want me to eat your asshole? No! Astral! Astral! Your accent! Waste the first turn. I guess it is a full heal. Summon kin. Bro, you are not ready for this. I wanted to see if this hit everybody or not. Look at that cool. That does look kind of like a Pokemon, huh? I actually I think the thing looks pretty cool. Quake? Bro, we're flying. It can't even hit us. No, we're flying. All right. All right, Marl. Let's see what you got. 1600, not very good. All right, Eraser. I guess you can still use your other stuff, but Erasers, they give them a lot of attacks, and then they're all bad. I mean, Death might be good, but who knows, right? It's hard to know if Death is worth... It's either... Death is too high risk to use, because it's just gonna waste the turn 90% of the time, because, like, almost everything in every game is always immune to it, besides, like, some normal bosses. Or, sorry, besides some normal enemies. I wonder if we die in dragon form, if we die in real life. Checking the time, make sure it's not getting too late. That seemed better than our normal attack. Man, they gave this guy... They really put a lot of effort into this guy's battle AI. He alternates between buffing himself and summoning allies. I think it's allies attack, allies buff, allies attack, allies buff. Something like that. I'm honestly not going to use Eraser because it's too long of an animation if he doesn't have allies. Boing. Smash. Hit them all twice. It's good. Keep focusing. You'll get there. Bang. We got him, man. That was close. That was close. You got all the things. Good job. I'm sure one more point of wisdom is the difference there. Thou, the endless, are summoned to this sphere. This changeth the very balance of the nature herself, flooding the world with energies both powerful and dangerous, and doth cause those beings easily influenced by it to think themselves gods. What then do mortals think? You want me to run back? I'll run back. Is this where the town gets destroyed? Because last time we were still pretty close. This one we're pretty far away. We're pretty far away now. So if the town's gonna get destroyed, this is a really good time to do it. Wonder why that guy got angry. I really thought it would be us calling the fire dragon Black Goo. They could have just named him Tar or something, but you know what? They already have a convention, naming convention going on with the goos. Good job. Da-na-na-na-na. I actually don't know if we'll ever get as strong as this guy is for the rest of the playthrough. I don't feel like we're leveling fast enough to like get the HP that this guy has. Plus the game is incredibly long. Which is possible. They really are gonna make me run all the way back, all right? This game loves making you run backwards. That thing has such a scary face, bro. It's like, I did not expect that the first time I fought a flower, so now I'm unsettled a little bit when I look at it. I'm like, oh! Breaketh the... Doesn't look like he could swing a sword. Oh, these guys could kill us, by the way. Oh, we did crit, so probably not. But these guys, like, we didn't kill that one because it took 2 actions. They both use Inferno. Like, we're in danger of dying. Way more so than the boss, because, see, that hits us way harder. Like, we would have been potentially 1 hit from dead. So it's weird that these guys are so much stronger than the boss. What is it with this game making fucking every normal enemy... Like, the bosses are such boring, easy, nothing fights. Comparatively to, like... The random encounters sometimes are just way harder. Like, there hasn't been a good boss fight in this game yet. Like, no interest... Like, yeah, that part's been definitely lame. Right, we killed your god. Okay, well, I mean, it seems like everyone's fine. They're back here. What the? You! What did you do? What'd you do to God of the Mountain? There was no God of the Mountain. Oh, you won't surpass him unless you try post-game. Got it. Normal folks don't be going around doing stuff like that. Who are you? No, what are you? I'm a dragon. Oh, look at all that energy, bro. Oh. What a rather funny looking bunch. It looks like a bunch of villains in like Dragon Ball Z or something. I thought you'd show up if we called to you here. You're the dragons that watch over this world, right? Indeed, young dragon. Thou hast already met us. I am Pyong Ryong, the Wind Dragon. As you probably already know, I called you here so we could talk about Ryu here. The Yore Dragon, he whose role is not yet set. As you know, Ryu is incomplete. I'd like you to share your power with him. If he is able to gain the power of the ancient dragons, then maybe Ryu could become whole. Whilst we do not seek to see these fail in thine endeavor, deist know this, thou who art without form of thine own. As thou art aware, the other half of the Yore Dragon, be the first emperor, the Fao Emperor, Fao Lu. Already he hath awakened. Ryu shall become complete. By joining with Fao Lu shall he do so. This destiny he cannot escape. What do you mean he can't escape it? We don't want him to join with his other half. That's why we called you, to help us prevent that from happening. This might be a stupid question, but where's my sister? Do you guys know where my sister's at? Why do you want to prevent Ryu from meeting with the Emperor? Someone said the game gets good after you find your sister, and I'm starting to think that they're telling it that they were making a joke, because I don't know if you're gonna find the sister until the very end of the game, if at all. Is it really that bad? Listen, dear, you remember what the Abbess in Czech told you about the pillars of light, right? Yeah. Think about it for a second. Here we got Ryu, just born fresh out of the gate. On the other hand, we've got Fao Lu, who built the Empire and has been alive for centuries. Whose light do you think is bigger? Is stronger? You mean if they merge, Ryu will be swallowed up by Fao Lu and disappear? That doesn't sound that bad. Hear us, Deus. We who watcheth over this sphere must e'er strive to maintain a position of neutrality. It matters not which becometh a god, does it not? It matters a lot to me. Once he becomes a full god, I need Ryu to send me back to where I came from. Thou wouldst use a god's power for thine own benefit? And how are the people in this world any different? They yank us from our worlds, then make us into their gods. They make us work for their benefit. Are you trying to tell me I should stay like this? In this borrowed body forever? It was a joke. No, I'm starting to think it's true though. I thought it was true then, and I'm starting to think it's true now. Hey, I want to talk to you. Not just anyone could pacify the god of the mountain. So what, bro? Who are you? What are you doing here? Mommy says that you're a cousin and been guarding the Kion, but I bet that ain't now true now much part, is it? Don't be worrying your head over little things like that. We should just be glad the mountain's quieted down, right? I mean, I guess. Rayong, you must be tired. Go home and rest for a spell now. You hear? All right. All right, I mean, he hasn't accomplished any goals, but he did kill the god of the mountain. If this village gets destroyed, then it was still a pointless endeavor. I guess maybe he's becoming more sympathetic to humans. It'd not be wise that thee persist in this relationship. Oh, I love you, Bento. I love you. I love you. I love you, my kitty cat. I love you. Rion. Don't let what the landlord said bother you. All the folks in the village thankful for what you did, and so am I. Please, let us make some more love. Let's make some sweet, sweet southern farmer love. Let's save. We got a little bit of time. We don't have much time, but we got a little bit. You're basically at the end. There's no way I'm basically. Nothing's happened yet. I mean, it's gotten better. It's gotten better. But it's like. It's gotten better, but it's. Look at it. Comparison is the thief of joy, but I can't help but compare. But I can't help but compare to games that I've played. I must needs fight mine way out. Nay, mayhap I could still escape, unnoticed by yon soldiers. All right. Shit. Okay, well maybe, I guess we're going back to town. I guess we're going back, sorry, back into the house. What is this? What matter is this village to me? Why do I hesitate? My path be clear. Defeat yon troops and make mine way to Cheeto. And yet. So this is where you've been hiding him, hey? Hiding? We didn't know he was wanted. I told you the folks in the village, they can't get anything that could be used as a weapon. A fun world and a fun journey. I mean, it's all right. I don't want to say I'm a hater. It's just like, it's just kind of mid so far. Are you going to hit me with that? Thou wouldst do such a thing? Let me change the perspective. Thou wouldst protect me, hinder their attempts to engage me? Thou art taking a great risk. What wilt thy fellows think of thee? I knew as soon as I saw ye that you was something different about ye. And I thought maybe you had a hit out here with me. You might be able to live a normal life with me. I saw you in the second I thought we should be banging. You know, it's silly, but I wish so hard. I know I didn't know you, but the very first time I laid eyes on you, I thought I would marry you. Forgive me, I never should have made you stay here. Mommy, what are you doing? Open the door. The oven, the wall be broken. You can crawl through it and get outside. Hurry. When you get outside, go to the shrine in the woods. Be careful they don't see you. There'll be a road behind the shrine you can use. Go while you still can. Man, they made some good heavy doors. Who'd have thunk that cracked wall would come in handy at a time like this, eh? Who took my journal? Who took my journal? Just break down the wall, bro. It's not becoming of a god to climb. You could just break out the window. You don't think troops would be stationed all around? There was only this woman inside. We couldn't hear anything through that thick paper wall. You were hiding Fulu, weren't you? Did you live with him? Did you have sex with him? Take her back. We may be able to use her in the Carinade. All right, well, I mean, maybe we're gonna get the royal treatment. Maybe she won't be tortured. Thou sayest thou shalt return to thine own world, Dias. Thou sayest this as thou knowest not our way. Once we have served our purpose, once our time as gods has passed, we become as you see us now, dragons. And thus do we watch over the world. 'Tis our fate and thine. Fate, you keep using that word. Is that all you could talk about? Look, are you going to help us out or not? I'll kick every one of your asses. And that, in case you've forgotten, unlike you, neither I or Ryu are complete. I, for one, have no intention of turning into some ugly dragon and spending the rest of my days watching over this stupid planet. I'll kick every one of your asses, motherfucker. Thou art imperfect. It be both in your power and nature to succor thee. However, the Yore dragon Ryu will meet with his other half, Faolu. That destiny cannot be avoided. Before that destiny be fulfilled, seeketh our true selves, that thee might gain our power. Where can we find you all? Once before have we met in the barren sands. I regret any harm I may have caused thee then. We live within and throughout the world. Seek us out, that might have our strength. Is there any reason to get the dragons? Is it just new transformations, or does it actually make them stronger? When Ryu joins with his other half, mayhap our strength will be of use. Just tell me one thing. When you were all brought here, didn't any of you think about trying to get back home? One cannot swim against the river of fate, Dias. You could try, though. Come what may with Ryu, we shall watch over the fate of this world. Sounds like this world can get infinite dragons. Okay, so you get this one right away because we've met this dragon, I guess. Maybe he's still close. Rainstorm. Okay, I mean, some spells are good. They make it sound like they wanted to come here. Dias, why do you want to return to where you came from so strongly? Is it because you don't like it here? What? I don't know. Maybe it's because... Why does anyone want to return to their fucking home? Because it's their home. Of course I want to get out of here. Think about it, little birdie.
What would you do if you were suddenly pulled into some world you've never even heard of and asked to become their god? I'd probably start collecting taxes and taking the women. I think I'd do my best to help the people of that world. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, fucking right you would. Do you have any... You have no ability to put yourself in other people's shoes authentically. You're ridiculous. At least they all recognize it. Our priority now is to get Ryu strong enough so that he has a chance against Faolu. Why does Faolu seem like a bad guy? Faolu doesn't seem like a bad guy to me yet. He hasn't done a single thing that's been negative since he's been reawoken. And I'm not saying, but it's like they present him as if he's a bad guy, but he hasn't done anything bad. All he's done has been pretty chill. With enemies' HP. Well, let's take a look. It costs 0. Please, maybe you have to watch this the first time. It is cool, though. I do like cool summon attacks. But we're not going to use this on random encounters. We'll use it a second time. No, it's just gonna cry on him. I mean, that was pretty strong. I'll be honest. That was definitely pretty strong. It seems like if they're at full HP, it does more, because it looked like the other hits did less, but it's hard to tell if that's because multiple hits always do less. All right, let's see if, okay, well, you can't use it. Wonder why. Nothing about what I saw implied to me that you wouldn't be able to use it more than once. So I wonder what like, I don't see anything visually that says I couldn't do it again. I don't see like an indicator, you know? I mean, it might be like a once per rest thing, but nothing tells me that. Maybe it's a once per game thing. Who knows? Maybe I can't use it again at all. But that is an encouragement to go get more. If the attacks are that strong and they cause 0, that is actually an excuse to get them, especially if they're all one use, because that way you go into a boss, you can front load 5 of them in a row, you know? So that might actually be exciting. Pop. We just leave, right? I don't remember if this is how we leave. Did we accidentally get a chest? We accidentally got a chest. Found a swallow eye. That's pretty cool. But let's take a look in the menu. Is there anything that indicates that... I don't think there's anything that says that you wouldn't be able to use it more than once, other than just, like, trying it. Like, there's no, like, resource or anything. So I don't know. Might kill him. Good hit. Flare! The dragon system is much better in 3. You get different dragon forms you can combine to get new badass dragons. That's really cool. So it sounds a little more like Personas, but it's only for the protagonist, I would assume. Or maybe it's for all the characters. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Someone is knocking on my head. I had forgotten. Urshan is no longer inside me. Thank goodness you're awake. The Imperial Army is here. Uh-oh.
There's even some that take your whole team. They suck though. Well, I usually like those things. The mechanics that suck but are fun. Told me this is where the secret of summoning the dragons was kept. I come all the way out here to see for myself. In some ramshackle hut. And what do I find? A deserted village. Our sources told us the Yore dragon would be here. Who's your source? Who's talking to this guy? They must have come here looking in for Ryu. I wouldn't be surprised if they're after who was with him, as well as including you. I had the village evacuated a while ago. They're safe. Come on, we should get out of here. Ha 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 ha! It would appear we have a problem. They never laughed at inappropriate times before, so I don't know what that new trait is. All right, that's going to be our last save of the day. I think this next segment might take a little bit, and I only got a couple minutes left anyway, so I don't want to like skip through the dialogue being impatient. I'll say you've probably heard me kind of round up my thoughts at the end of every stream so far, but this is the first. I'm underwhelmed. You could probably detect that by now. I'm kind of underwhelmed. I don't really like any aspect of the game a ton, but I think the game is totally serviceable and fine as it's definitely not a must-play RPG. This is definitely a decent RPG though. If you're an RPG fan looking for something, and you have relatively normal or low expectations, this could be a pretty decent time. You know, it's got a serviceable combat, it's got a whatever story. I wouldn't recommend this over any of like the greats of like Final Fantasy VII, games of this time period. There's a lot of games that came out around this time that I think are just better, but it's fine. It's like a 6 out of 10, maybe. It's like so far for me, maybe a 5, maybe a 6 out of 10. No individual part of it has blown me away, but none of it has been like really bad either, other than maybe the camera. And I don't really like the combo system that they have in this game in general, but it's all right. It's totally serviceable. I was just hoping to play another one of the greats. Like when I went back and I played Chrono Trigger for the very first time ever, like start to finish, or I played Resident Evil for the very first time. The very first Resident Evil as like a 30-year-old, I played the first Resident Evil, and I played Chrono Trigger finally start to finish for the first time as like a man, like a 20-something-year-old guy. Those games were every bit as good as they've ever been hyped up, and they immediately to me became recognizable as one of the greats in their own respective categories. And this is just like clearly not that, which is fine, but it's good. I mean, I don't know if I have much more to add other than that, but I'm afraid I'm going to get flamed for being like not thinking this game is great. Like when I update my tier list, like let's do this really quick. Let's do JRPG tier list maker. If we come here and we take a look at Breath of Fire. Sorry, this is not it. Let's go to template. If I go to haven't played, I do Breath of Fire 4. Right now it's like low tier. It's like here somewhere. It's like Final Fantasy X2 or something. It's not shit tier, but it's somewhere in this low tier category for now. Chrono Trigger's on another level though. Yes, no, you're absolutely right. Chrono Trigger is on another level. But like Final Fantasy VII came out before this. And Final Fantasy VII is on another level too. Like again, these games are on another level, but I mean, but yes, I think it's fair to compare it to games that came out around the same time period, even if the games that came out were unbelievable. It just like this is more, I don't know, it's just kind of fine. It's fine. Let's put it next to the Star Ocean. But that's kind of where I'm sitting at right now. You also like a lot of unpopular games. I think a lot of people like Breath of Fire 4. I think I'm going to get in trouble for not liking Breath of Fire 4 that much. It's one of those things where it's like
people put it way up here, right? And so bad games are here. And people will put Breath of Fire up here, and I'll put it like here. But because there's still such a big gap between what people think and what I think people will perceive that I think the game is shit when I'm really just like underwhelmed, because I was excited for one of the greats. I was excited for a potential like, oh, Breath of Fire, these games are crazy good. You got to play Breath of Fire. You haven't played Breath of Fire. Then I play Breath of Fire and I'm like, so that's why I'm underwhelmed, but it's still not bad. It's just fine. I would have gladly spent my money on this and played it back in the day. Low tier and Star Ocean 2 highest tier, for example. So the opposite of you. I think Star Ocean 2 is like pretty not good. It depends if you play the remake. I think the remake is not very good. The original one might be good. The remake that I played on Steam, I did not have fun with. And Dragon Quest 11, I think, is on like the top 5 RPGs ever made. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like these 6 are my top 5 RPGs of all time, probably. I mean, I'll have to revisit the list and rethink about what I'm putting up there, but in general. But yeah, overall, it's like this was the story has gotten more interesting now than it had been the whole time. So, I knew there was something inside of Urshan. Like it felt like Urshan had a entity inside of it. I thought it was our sister. The sister is still nowhere to be found or heard. I don't even know if she fucking exists. Cray is still a really shitty leader. He's not taking care of his people first. He's just on his own personal quest. We seem to not even care about our sister being missing anymore. But at that being said, there's the dragons, the endless, the reuse part dragon. The dragons have like this duty, and like there's a bunch of things that are kind of going on. Breath of Fire 3 is still better. I believe you. I mean, you say it, and I believe you. Valkyrie Profile is S tier. I haven't played it as an adult, but as a kid, I did not like it. I thought it was, I don't know if I even ranked it. Did I? I would have put it low tier, I'm pretty sure. But I didn't like it because it was, I thought the combat was extra bad when I was a kid. I did not like it at all. Also, high tier. No, this is going low tier. I did not like it at all. But also, I thought that I hated giving up characters like to this war or whatever. Star Ocean: The Second Story was I think this was the remake specifically. Let's look at Star Ocean: The Second Story R. This one, I think, was the worst balanced game I've ever played in my entire life. I think it might have been literally the worst balanced RPG I've ever played in my life. On the difficult, the higher difficulty. I don't know. Did I do anything that I played on? I think I played on Galactic. But if you play it like on the new hardest difficulty that they added, the game is dog shit easy, like super easy, and then it becomes so weirdly difficultly hard at these weird points. It's so odd. It just became, yeah. Star Ocean 2 on the PS1 might be really good. The difficulty on the remake was just so bad. Everyone says it's amazing. I mean, you might like it. I bought it. I played it. I streamed it. I thought it was bad. Not bad. Bad is, again, it's a strong word, but like it was so badly balanced that it kind of blew my mind. It was just the random normal encounters against a slime. I have like max gear, max stats. All my things are maxed up. A random enemy just one-shots me. And the bosses were dog shit easy, where you just obliterate them. And it's like you hit this, you get really, really strong really fast by using all the skills and the systems and all this stuff. You get super strong super fast, and then it just like, boom, it gets cut off. And you hit the peak really, really quick. So there's no more progression for like 90% of the game. And the enemies keep getting stronger, so you start feeling weaker and weaker and weaker as the game goes on. Until, and it wasn't even like that hard, but it was just like there were some random fights. You would just go up and attack a guy, and you'd get hit once, and you just get absolutely erupted.
You were disappointed with the Persona 3 remake. It was super easy compared to the originals. Someone said it was harder, and I've only heard that it's easier. So I don't know. But Wandering Sword, I think I have I put the safe search filter back on, so I should be able to. And this is $22. I don't know if I want to play it right now. I'm not sure how I feel about the combat. But it does look, it's always looked interesting. If it has a really good story, it definitely could be interesting. Better to always play on the developer's recommended difficulty. No, I agree. I think I would have enjoyed Star Ocean 2 more if it was just on the original difficulty. But I always play games on the harder difficulties, just like in general. That's just how I play RPGs, especially. And it wasn't too hard. It was just balanced badly, is what it felt like. It felt like it was tacked on. Like they just put some modifier on enemies but made bosses immune, so you could still like run away from battles and defeat the bosses. It was just very weird. But yeah, I want to make a top 10 JRPG list tonight if I can. If I have time, I want to think about it. But I still have to download Final Fantasy VIII onto my Steam Deck, see how that runs. All right, I'm going to end it there for today. I got to get going to work. Feel free to argue about my taste in games all you want. At least if you disagree with me, I don't know. At least I try to just be consistent. That's all. You could shape it yourself. That could be interesting. I'll take a look at it. I'll probably start Final Fantasy VIII today in my free time, and then I'll consider that. Mostly because I don't need to spend $22 for Final Fantasy VIII because I already own it. In Tales of games, basically play hard on normal encounters and then switch to easy on bosses to have it balanced. I don't remember that. It's been so long since I played a Tales game that I've liked, because I liked Abyss, but I remember Berseria. Oh my god, this game was... I mean, I didn't beat it. Like, a lot of these games in the low tier are games I didn't beat, except for, like, this one. Because, like, I just did not like it. Although I did beat this, I did beat this, I did beat this. But is it even fair to rate games that I didn't beat? I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. But right now, we're going to put Breath of Fire here in the low tier. Breath of Fire 4, we will see how it shakes out by the end of the game, see if it goes up. Now that maybe we go get some dragons, get some cool skills, fight some harder bosses. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I do have to go to work. Much love. Per platypus is per platypus. I will see you on the flip-flops.